into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso and you're live in S3. My name is Carl Wasty and join us for a journey till 9 a.m. where we are going to make sure that you are entertained thoroughly. In fact, we have got our two stations locked and loaded, Cape Town and Joburg, ready to entertain you. I hope you've woken up with a smile on your face. We are going to do a little bit of editing if it's not that way, because Zanele is going to be rubbing some shoulders with a certain Lurie Award royalty, which is fantastic. Also, if you're in the mode to get that summer body ready, you know that summer bodies are made in summer, especially early summer. Salads, two ways. We've got a tropical couscous salad as well as a summer salad. And as you can see on your screen, that recipe will be slapped on expressoshow.com a little later for your enjoyment. And the thing is, we also have something else for you as well. We've got a Tropica. We've got an amazing recipe over there. It's a no-bake dessert, which you're going to love. We're going to throw that in there. It's got a bit of mango, a bit of peach, a bit of pineapple, a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of orange. It's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be that type of show. Plus, we've got discussions all over. We've got the Cape Town Marathon coming up. We've got discussions over there. We've got amazing artists, performers, and we've got somebody who needs to get dressed. Now, this is normally the case for Ryle. He's never dressed. However, today, you and I get a chance to pick what he wears, which is a very, very new thing for me. But let's try together. Morning, Ryle.
Good morning, my friend, and good morning to you, beautiful people of Mzansi. So much is happening on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning, as you heard, but also there's a lot going on in the wardrobe department. Now, as you can see, I don't know whose jeans I put on today, but they're not mine, and that's why I'm talking to you. They're quite skinny for me, and I'm thinking of changing this look up. So let's get out of these skinnies for now, and let's get into that summer feel and summer vibe. And we've got two incredible looks that I'm hoping you can help me decide on for this morning. So firstly, we've got this beautiful rich cotton shirt. It does look like a chino, but believe it or not, this is actually a denim, and that's a regular fit denim. And then it's paired with some leather slops over there, so some leather sandals. A nice, interesting look, very casual, I must say. And then we go for more of, I don't know, like a yacht preppy style. I don't know what you guys think of this, but we've got some great shorts here to show off the legs. I have been working out, so I'm sure you guys are keen to see that. And then over here, we've got a nice detailed golfer together with some of these sandals, which I think are really cool. So I don't know what I'm verging towards. I might want to show off some leg gear for summer, but you guys get to make the final decision, Mzansi. Come through and let me know what you think I'll look good in for this Tuesday, and of course we're wanting you to help me with my look for this morning. And a reminder that you can get these looks at Woolies. You can get it in store, online, and on the app. So if you want to maybe look like me today, I don't know, we can twinsy it out and do the things this morning on live TV. So let me know what you think, Mzansi. Hashtag styled by Woolies, of course, and come through and hopefully make me look good, Mzansi. I'm counting on you. For now, though, you don't have to count on much because the man at the helm standing by to give you everything when it comes to the latest conversations involving you, Mzansi. That's what's happening right now. So, Carlitos, I think I'm done with figuring this out. I'm split in the middle. I need the people to come through. But what's happening on your side, bro?
Expresso family, can I tell you how you know it's going to be a good morning? Because Ryle said he might wear shorts this morning. Huh? All right. Okay. I vote for whatever option there's the shorts. Yabona Ryle, thank you very much. Hello, everybody, and good morning, Expresso family. It's always so good to be with you. Thank you for choosing us, Yanamkela, to the biggest and best breakfast show in the land. But you make it the best, which is why you need to go and vote for Ryle's outfit this morning, okay? Our Ken Barbie, if you will. But for now, we do need to get into a little bit of something that we love, which is getting to know you a little bit better on the social media streets. Let's do it. We have our good morning post where you catch us on hashtag Expresso Show and you send us that voice note on 063-408-8863. My lovely, this morning, we're talking all things polyandry, right? We know that queen bees, they get involved in polyandry. It's their thing. But we want to know, what are your thoughts on a woman marrying more than one husband at a time? I know that for me, would I do it personally? No. I am a one-man woman. Yabo, even just in life. I can't do those other things. However, I am someone who's like, you know what, different strokes for different folks. It is what it is. If you enjoy having two husbands, which I can imagine is quite enjoyable, then honey, you do what you gotta do. But what do you say? You are the person that this is all about. 063-408-8863 and hashtag Expresso Show. What do you think about polyandry, where a woman has more than one husband at one time? Let's get into that all over social media. But for now, let's head on over to what we call our news headlines. And of course, Carl is standing by.
Thank you, Zanele. Let's take a look at your news starting nationally. President Cyril Ramaphosa states that more South Africans and business leaders believe the country's direction is positive for economic growth and job creation. In his weekly letter, he attributes this increased confidence to the effective transition to a government of national unity. The GNU is widely supported by communities, which also appreciate the solutions to energy and transport challenges. Ramaphosa emphasizes that the national unity government has established a solid foundation for growth, fostering greater investor confidence and, of course, job creation. Now, a shootout with police in the Johannesburg CBD resulted in one suspected robber killed and another wounded. Police spokesperson Demokatso Nevo Hulwiwi reported that two officers received a tip about a suspicious vehicle in the city centre. Upon arrival, they found the suspects allegedly involved in hijacking or kidnapping. A shootout ensued, leaving the one suspect injured and currently in hospital under police supervision, facing charges of attempted robbery, kidnapping and hijacking. Meanwhile, 4 other suspects fled the scene and, of course, 2 firearms were seized during the incident. Now on to international news. Senegal's government unveiled a 25-year development plan aimed at establishing economic sovereignty through competitiveness, sustainable resource management, and, of course, good governance. Launched 7 months after President Bassirou Diomaye Faye's landslide election victory, the agenda focuses on improving livelihoods in the West African nation. With Senegal becoming an oil producer in June and gas production set to begin by year end, the government aims to increase electricity access from 84% to 100% and achieve energy self-sufficiency. Now, recent polling in the United States indicates a tight race between Democrat Kamala Harris and Republican Donald Trump just 3 weeks before Election Day. A new NBC News poll shows both candidates tied at 48% nationally. While Harris holds a slight edge in the overall average, key swing states reflect a similar split among voters. The NBC poll reveals a slowdown in Harris's momentum after her initial surge following President Biden's exit. Early voting has begun in several states, with over 100 million ballots cast in 2020 due to COVID. And on Sunday, around 100 competitors gathered at Arc Karajan Plaza in Tokyo's Roppongi Hills for the Quirky Tokyo Space Out competition. At 2:30 p.m., the signal was given and participants launched into doing nothing. But don't be fooled. This motionless challenge is serious business. Contestants dressed in outfits reflecting their professions sat still for 90 minutes, judged on heart rate, stability, and artistic flair. Props were allowed, with one competitor holding an ice cream bar as it melted. The key rule, no sleeping. Out of 528 applicants, 90 competitors were chosen. And as the event wraps up, everyone's already preparing for Tokyo Space Out Competition 2025 by training by, guess what, doing nothing. Spacing Out has never been so competitive, as you can see. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyway, news is done for now. Let's take a look at your sport. Here's Ryle.
Thank you so much, Carlitos. I don't know if that should have been in the sport headlines or not, but maybe in time to tell, it will be. For now, though, let's move to the world of football. And Lyle Foster has been withdrawn from the Bafana Bafana squad for today's AFCON qualifier against Congo Brazzaville, and that's due to a left knee injury. Now, Foster sustained the injury during the first leg clash in Oberga after a collision with Congo's goalkeeper Christopher Mofambi. Now, although scans showed the injury wasn't as serious as initially feared, Bafana's Dr. Chepo Molobi confirmed Foster will return to Burnley for early rehabilitation and will not travel with the team to Brazzaville as a precautionary measure. Now, Bafana take on Congo tonight at 6 p.m. Well, moving to football in Europe right now, and Germany secured a UEFA Nations League quarter-final spot with a 1-0 victory over the Netherlands last night. Now, Stuttgart's Jamie Leveling, a last-minute addition to the squad due to injuries, scored the decisive goal in the 64th minute. Now, although his earlier effort was disallowed for offside, Leveling's strike guaranteed Germany a top 2 finish in Group 3. Now, in other results, France beat Belgium 2-1 away, while Sweden cruised to a 3-0 win over Estonia. Well, from football, we move to cricket now, and New Zealand stormed into the semi-finals of the Women's T20 World Cup with a comprehensive 54-run victory over Pakistan in their final group match. Now, Eden Carson, who took 2 for 7, and Amelia Kerr with 3 for 14, starred as Pakistan were bundled out for just 56 in 11.4 overs, chasing New Zealand's total of 110 for 6 wickets. Now, the win secured New Zealand's spot in the semi-finals as the second team from Group A, alongside defending champions Australia. Well, we move to other worlds of cricket and other news in cricket, where Mark Boucher has been removed as head coach of the Mumbai Indians after a poor IPL season. And that saw the team finish last with just 4 wins in 14 matches. Now, Boucher had taken the franchise to the playoffs last year, but lost in the second qualifier. Now, he will be replaced by Sri Lankan legend Mahela Jayawardene, who led Mumbai to 3 IPL titles and recently served as the team's global head of performance. Well, that's all we have for you in the world of sport right now. We dive into all things weather. Looks like a lot's around the corner, so let's see how we can serve you.
Let's get into your weather this morning and find out how it is you need to prepare for your day, my lovely Expresso family. Starting off with the Weather Service issuing a yellow level 4 warning for severe thunderstorms with heavy downpours, leading to localized flooding across Gauteng, eastern northwest province, northeastern Free State, and extreme southwestern Limpopo. This morning, or rather this warning, follows an intense heat wave that gripped the region over the weekend. Forecaster Celeste Fourie noted that this will be the first significant rain of the season, and with the ground being dry, residents in flood-prone areas should remain vigilant as weather conditions develop. Additionally, a yellow level 2 warning for wind and waves is expected between Hout Bay and Plettenberg Bay, causing potential navigation difficulties at sea. Lastly, extremely high fire danger conditions are anticipated in parts of the central northern Cape and extreme northern Limpopo. Please do remember, we always love when you come through right here on your breakfast show, which we call your feel-good breakfast show. We want to see what it is you're seeing, my lovely, with your sunrise view. Let us know, 0634088863. What are you waking up to? We want to show the rest of the nation, and I always call it your country duty. So please send it in now, so that come 8 a.m., we have something to show to everybody else, or rather 7 a.m. as well. Right about now, though, let's take a look at those temperatures.
I think it's 34, which is great. I mean, I saw 39 the other day, so we're looking at like some variables there, but it's okay because the heat's turning up over here, Raul. What we have is not only you selecting Raul's shorts later, but also we got salads 2 ways for you in a lovely recipe. That's coming up very, very soon.
Nice, man. We also got some entertainment coming through here. We got Amancia releasing a debut single. I believe it's called Breathing in Water. I'm absolutely here for this. I love this album cover. It's giving Pocahontas collaborates with Africa vibes, right?
I like that.
Oh, I'm here for it. Absolutely. Now, we're loving this morning. We can't kick it off just with the 2 of the lads here. We've got to say aye to another one all the way in Jersey. Zanelle, how is it going over there? How you doing, girl?
Oh, you guys talking about me? Hello, my beautiful, handsome gentlemen. How are you guys?
Oh, stop it. We good.
No, we'd be great. I'm just waiting for this guy. This guy's wearing too much, Zanele. You know what I'm saying? I'm on board with what you said. There must be a shorts here. Summer is coming through. We got to see the work this man put in.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, why else would you be in the gym like that, Ryle? So that you can cover up those legs. Get out of here. And it's hot. We're looking after your well-being. You know what I mean?
We can't hide these calves, you say. Summer's here. I hope you've been preparing them, Zanzi.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are ready for it.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. So it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful morning. I can guarantee you that, though. It's from here till 9 o'clock. We've got shorts, and we've got Zanele. What else do you need? Stay there.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very good morning to you, Expresso family. I always say to you, thank you for trusting us, because you could have waken up anywhere else. But you said, no, I want to be here with my family, and we love you for it. Right about now, we need to introduce you to somebody that is genuinely a true talent. She is someone who is poetic, she's soulful, she's somebody who has got the most soothing voice. And my friend, when we talk about R&B, this is yet another face that we can add to it in terms of South Africa and Africa, even the world. Because I am telling you that she is going to absolutely do the things with her debut single, Breathing Underwater. And friend, or rather breathing in water, forgive me. And this morning, I know that when we get to hear it together as an Expresso family, we're going to be able to get exactly what she meant when she wrote the song, only at the tender age of 17, all about the whimsical views of how a 17-year-old views love and how it is indeed just like breathing in water. Right about now, I need us to welcome her to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Everybody, please welcome Amansia. Hello, gorgeous girl. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Amazing. All the better for seeing your gorgeous face, girl. You look so good. Babe, let's take it to the beginning.
Right.
Because you are somebody who started this whole singing thing at the age of like 3 years old.
Correct.
Yes, and then you moved on. You started a whole group with your sisters and your cousins,
Absolutely.
an a cappella vibe of
Yeah,
sorts.
yeah.
And then now here you are. You take us through that whole journey. You know, how did music begin for you?
Okay, so I think before I could speak, I could sing. My mom says that because music has always been, it's always been a part of me.
Yeah.
It's always been, it always felt like a purpose.
Okay.
So what I'd do is wake up in the morning and sing. There was always music playing around in the house. I'd sing. And from the tender age of 3, when we'd go to church, there was obviously like a choir.
Yes.
And I kind of envied seeing people up there. And I was like, I also want to be up there. And at the age of 4, I was able to join the church choir. And that's when we formed our group.
Wow.
Yeah, the vivid a cappella souls.
That's right. The Vivid Acapella Souls guest star. Now, how old were you when that started?
I was about 5.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of you as a toddler, 3 years old, ne? All the other babies are like, wah, wah. You're like, wah. That's right, girl. I love
Oh my
that for
goodness,
you,
thank
okay?
you, thank you. But from there, it just kind of became a journey. Like I'd wake up to music and sleep with music, and music
Beautiful.
became a part of my life, and it still is. So it's a grateful moment to even be here with you and speak about this. So thank you.
Thank you, Mama, for blessing the world with your voice. And I mean, with you saying, you know, you were influenced by the choir, who
Right.
are the other influences that you kind of grew up with?
So I love Michael Jackson. I think we all do. I also, funny enough, I love Nina Simone. Not from my time, but when I discovered her, I was like, oh my goodness, she's incredible.
I get that.
Whitney Houston, Beyonce.
I was literally going to say Beyonce at first, but I didn't want to push her on you. You know, I don't want to
No,
add any
I
pressure.
loved her. I loved her from a very tender age. When I was like in my teen years, I was out there singing, you know, You Broke My Heart, and I didn't understand it.
You, myself, and
I was
child.
just like in it.
Yes.
You know?
That's the thing about Beyonce and them. They made us sing about
just
things we
puts
didn't
you
know.
there, right,
Exactly.
right.
But
So-
speaking about singing about things we don't know, at
Yes.
17, child,
I know.
you were busy writing a song about love. Okay. Tell us, why did you wait so long to release the song? Because 12 years between now and 17, right? Yeah, why?
Timing and just where I was in life, it wasn't the right time. And funny enough, like the world has a crazy way of doing things. I was supposed to pursue my career in music in Turkey, but that didn't work out, and I just then decided, actually, let me do this for real. So it started this year in April.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that's how I then released Breathing in Water.
Yes, girl. And only starting in April and already doing the things which I love for you, because it's
Thank you.
absolutely beautiful. I mean, I think
Thank
it speaks to
you.
your journey already.
Right.
But let's get into a little bit of, you know, about this song in terms of what exactly it's about, right?
Okay.
Because, of course, Breathing in Water, being like love, where your love is almost as unattainable as breathing in water. Is that how you
Exactly.
felt at 17?
That's how I felt, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a very strict household, and dating was not an option.
Me too.
So we had this ideology of, oh my gosh, what would it feel like if I dated? And I was a big fan of Twilight,
Okay.
the book series.
Yes.
So like, you know, reading, being an avid reader, you're reading and you're like, oh my gosh, that's an interesting line. So certain lines, people would probably think, what are you thinking at the age of 17 if you're so pure? And the lines are a bit saucy.
Yes.
So it came from like certain books that I read, but ideally it was like, I would love to have a love like breathing in water, because it's impossible for humans to do so.
Yes.
And it's impossible for me to date at this point, hence why the chorus came. And when you listen to the song, it's written from a female and a male's perspective.
Ooh,
But
girl.
I couldn't get a feature, so I was like, let's just sing it as a female and a male.
A sister doing it for herself, if you will. Thank you very much. I love that. And babe, I cannot wait for us to hear it. And I'm so excited for the rest of the country to be blown away, because you are such a talent.
Thank
And
you.
Expresso family,
Thank
this is
you.
why you got to stick around. This queen to my right, honey, she's going to be entertaining you, and it is going to be absolutely incredible. That's all, period, okay? She's being introduced to South Africa with her debut single, Breathing in Water. Her name is Amansia, and trust me, it's a name you need to remember. Right about now, I want to cross over to my fave, one of my faves, Carl. My Carly, Carl, how are you doing? Are you good? Are you well? Do you miss me?
Zanele, I'm just letting you know that it's okay to say that I'm your favorite. No one's going to judge you for that, Zanele. I mean, you're my favorite, actually. Just letting you know. All right, just letting you know. Simple. Anyway, there's another favorite that I have as well. Sorry, Chef Dre. I see Chef Dre's looking at me, glaring at me. Don't worry, you're also part of it. So Chef Dre is here to whip up 2 delicious salads. We start with the tropical couscous salad, which is beautiful, a delightful medley of fruit and fluffy couscous. And then we're also making a berry and spinach salad topped with toasted nuts and a little balsamic dressing that I'm going to whip up for you. It's going to be gwatch. Chef Dre.
Okay.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
I am excellent, thank you. I'm looking forward
good.
to whipping up some salads with you.
Yeah.
You know that summer is literally on our doorstep.
Yeah.
And people who thought that summer bodies are made in winter, they're now like, oh, wait, hold on, summer bodies are made in early summer.
Quick catch
So
up,
let's do
yeah.
this together because this looks really, it's fresh produce. It's looking very good. But let's
Yeah.
start on your station.
Okay, cool. So we have our couscous done already.
Yeah.
So when you make your couscous, you just want to make sure that you make like boiling water and put it immediately so that it cooks evenly.
Okay, cool.
And then we're going to put in our mango and pineapple.
So couscous for me, in my mind, is very savory.
Yeah.
So when you drop in fruit, it's like the mind kind of tricks you in a little bit, you know. And I think
Yeah.
that's the great thing about summer is that we're allowed to have those moments where we can have our mind say, yes, it should be savory, but
Sure.
here's a pop of sweetness and freshness to kind of keep the summer vibe going, which I love.
100%. And like you don't now have to do like a sweet and sour vibe with your dressing because
Yes.
you have the fruits in there.
That's it.
And then I put in some red onions, some green peppers, and this is parsley, I think. Yeah, it's parsley.
Is it parsley?
Yeah, it is
It
parsley.
looks like it from here.
Yeah.
Done and dusted.
And some almonds. And then you just give it a good mix, and then we can get started on yours. And we can
Okay,
make our
so shall I
dressings
start with,
together.
you said a balsamic dressing. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming I'm going to whip up something. I've got some olive oil here, some balsamic, some honey, salt, pepper.
Yeah.
All right, so shall we begin this baby? Let me start here with a bit of the olive oil that goes in.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to drop in all the ingredients that I can. Hopefully the spoon fits. Yes, it does. Yes. I'm trying to get as much of this honey in as possible. And then, of course, we're going to try our best to emulsify, just to
Yeah.
give it something light and airy. That's why we got the whisk over here.
Yeah, and
then
when
a
you're
bit of-
working with honey, if you want it to come out easily, you just like rub your spoon with a little bit of oil, and then
Yes.
it just slides off. So you don't have to go around.
Really?
Yeah. It's like a little quick hack.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
But for
cool.
next time.
I'm going to try it now.
Yeah.
Hold on. I wonder if it'll work now. I'm saying, like, I put oil on the spoon.
Yeah, and then you rub like a little bit on it, and then you put
And then
like
you go
some
into the honey.
Yeah, and then it just slides right off.
Hold on, don't. Are you serious? Wait, let's see. Yeah, I hope it works. I hope there's not enough honey here.
I hope it
Otherwise,
works.
I'm going to use some of your honey. Okay.
Okay.
I get where you're going with that. I think if I had to do it
If it was
first, yes,
more,
that'd be cool.
yeah.
But that actually works nicely.
would have worked.
Okay,
Yeah.
lovely.
And then the seasoning. you
yes,
put the
okay. So
seasoning- yeah.
as we do that, seasoning in to give it some texture, and then we're gonna go in a little bit of salt there, some more
Yeah.
pepper, and then all we're gonna do is try to
Give it a little
stick that
stir.
together. Cool.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do the same for yours.
Yeah, 100% the same thing. And then for yours, we're just gonna mix everything together, which
That
is
is-
like the great thing about salads, not much admin.
Much admin, nothing.
Yeah, well, the chopping is a lot of
Throw it
admin.
together,
Yeah.
and it's good. But I do like that. I think that's the cool thing about getting so busy. Have you noticed how busy we are in summer?
Yeah.
And if that happens, at least we got a salad that's so chilled and so easy to create. This has become that's wow. That came together beautifully.
Yeah.
Right, and then salad base. We got some very, very fresh spinach leaves, and all we're going to do is we're going to start dressing slowly but surely and
Yeah.
incorporating. So any hacks with regard to, I know certain salads, the ingredients, the way you put them in, have certain weights to them.
Yeah.
So of course, like for instance, these nuts are going to drop to the bottom if you don't have them sprinkled and something so that's why they usually suggest that the nuts get dropped in after you've applied your dressing so that
Yeah.
they kind of are sticking to the leaves so you don't get them all dropping to the bottom.
Oh,
So
nice.
any hacks you want to share, Chef Dre?
Yeah, so I usually like to put like maybe the cucumber and the strawberries, as well as like a little bit of the blueberries.
Okay, great.
Then you go in with your dressing, then the
Okay.
feta, and then the nuts.
Well, so we're going to just make sure that they are beautifully... And also, I like to incorporate it through, so not just the top level, but also I want them to be all the way to the bottom. And then, oh, look at that. Look at that. And I love a good salad. If you want to get any of the ingredients, also the way to do it, expressoshow.com. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a Chef Dre, but it will come with some instructions for you to get involved. We're going to dress this beautifully the best way
That's
we
coming
can.
along very well.
And
Do you need some
then,
help?
you know what? Jump in. I think that's the thing.
Okay.
Also, now here's what Chef Dre has now shown you is that also if you want to do couple salads, this is the way you do it. You actually do the salad together, because I think that couples who salad together stay together. I'm not sure if we saw that in the relationship handbook,
I have heard
but
of
it's
that
there. Have you heard about it?
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
shall we just drizzle
Yes.
some of the dressing on there? So we're just going to give it a drizzle.
Cool. I'm gonna put my dressing as well.
Okay, we're going to just drizzle, and we drizzle And the thing is also, while you're doing this with your significant other, as you sprinkle, you'd be like, oh my word, you know, you drive me nuts in the best way, baby. And then suddenly you'd pour over some of these incredible things. Then you go back to dressing, and look at that. That is sensational and good.
That looks
This is how it goes. Raul, I don't know about you, brother, but I mean, you're Mr. Salad Guy, and you're also a guy that's going to wear shorts later. So would a guy in a shorts wear like rocker shorts and have a salad like this? Talk to me.
Oh, it's a delicious drizzle of Dre on that one. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much for coming through. It looks like I need it, and I think all of Mzansi does too. So we've got every reason to tuck into that recipe, Mzansi. I mean, look at that last bit of touches. Oh, I can't anymore. I'm going to have to head over to expressoshow.com and make this one for myself, and you can too. So what are you waiting for? Deliciousness at its finest. And Dre's not going anywhere. Chef Dre is going to be coming through with another one. And we're going to be coming through with some top tips to help you, especially when it comes to skincare. We're bringing the finest in. Nomzamo Mpata, our actress of the day, is going to be sharing some skincare beauty tips. And I still need you to come through and help me with my look of the day. It's Tuesday. And I asked you to help me come through. We had option number 1 over there, which was it looked like a chino, but it's actually a denim, a cotton shirt, and some slops with that one, some leathers. And then option 2, a little bit more preppy, showing off the legs and the cater. We've got the shorts and a nice detailed golfer to go with that one. And again, the sandal coming through. So Mzansi, option 1, option 2, what's it going to be? Come through, let's get Tuesday going, and we'll see you just around the corner after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show, Mzansi, and it's always so good to be with you, especially when we get to have conversations that are all about taking care of ourselves, right? And this is why I know you know your body is a temple. But are we doing the right thing to make sure that we're looking after it inside and out? The nice thing is that we've got our Neutrogena family here to make sure indeed that we are glowing and we are nourished, and more than anything else, that we know all about their brand new body range. And we have our fave, the queen, in the building, straight out of New York. Everybody, it is Nomzamo Mpata. Girl, welcome back home.
Hi, babes.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Jet-lagged, but wonderful.
And we appreciate you for still coming to do your country duty, even though
Always.
you were like, doing your other country
Always,
duty.
we must be saving skin.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Saving the world.
Saving the world.
On stages in
Back
New
to
York,
production.
Yeah.
Keep it cute, keep it demure.
Keep it very cutesy.
Very mindful.
You are doing all of it, my lovely. And this is why you were even at the launch of the Neutrogena body range.
Yes.
Tell me what some of your key highlights were, my queen.
Oh, my soul. What I loved was the excitement because everybody trusts Neutrogena with their face and now they get to trust Neutrogena with their body.
Yeah.
And of course, our traveling girlies have always been seeing Neutrogena body around the world. So it's exciting that, the continent also gets a taste of the body range. So it's so exciting. We had so many wonderful skin influencers. We had so many fantastic questions.
Yeah.
But also such great feedback. So we're in the good part of the woods.
I like this. I like this. And what I also like is that we have the best person to give us feedback because as the ambassador of Neutrogena,
Yes.
you have been able to have a little bit more time with the body range.
Sure have.
Which are your faves? Because look, I need to go to the shop and your tenga, but I need to know which ones I need to make sure that I get extra stock of. Yes.
You kill me. Okay, so before we get into the faves, let me tell you what it has.
Okay, please.
Okay,
please. Yeah.
so your intense repair, right? That's what the one with the red lip.
Okay.
Has Centella asiatica, which is fantastic when it comes to like just reproducing the good stuff in your skin, right? And then visibly firming has collagen. And I'm all about let's boost collagen.
Sana, I want to be bounced.
Let's boost the elasticity.
Exactly.
Let's boost the radiance of the skin. And visibly firming, for me, what I love about it is that I apply it on my upper arms.
Yeah.
On my thighs.
Yes.
Just for the cellulite. And my stomach.
Thank you. Yes.
Because summer's coming. And then we have Hydro Boost. Hydro Boost is a fan favorite already, I have to tell you. Of course, it has hyaluronic acid, and we know the goodness of hyaluronic acid when it comes to super hydration.
Yeah.
So we love the fact that our body care can be able to have really powerful and fantastic ingredients.
Yeah.
So my two faves, if you might have guessed,
Yeah.
is Visibly Firming and Hydro Boost. I just
love
have
that.
to love it. I really, really, really do.
Girl, I want some of that.
Okay, so bring some of that and
Yeah.
then don't do anything. Don't
Okay.
do anything.
Okay.
See? All right. Let me.
I love this. The skin queen is skinning my skin. Thank you.
Watch the hyaluronic. Watch the hyaluronic. Watch the hyaluronic.
That already looks so beautiful.
Watch the hyaluronic.
Sana.
Look at your skin come alive.
Sana. And you know how like dry my skin is.
So
so I look for things like this.
Look at your skin come alive. Look at that.
And it smells so good.
I didn't want to tell you.
Sana.
I didn't want to tell you. I wanted you to say it yourself. Smell it.
Oh. I feel like,
So good.
like it's almost like I'm at a spa. And you know,
good.
those are only once in a while. You know what I
know,
mean?
right?
This is every day.
This is every day.
Ooh,
You know why? Because it's important to have self-care. It's important to have things that help you start the day right or end the day right. Skincare can only take you so far, right? Because you also need that holistic aspect. You're drinking your water. I know we're still fighting about that. you and I.
I'm a little bit better.
Wonderful. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Big conversation that we are now entering into the market. Hydro Boost SPF.
Okay.
We are finally here, SPF. I remember 9 years ago when I started my relationship with Neutrogena, and I said, guys, you're in the African continent.
Yeah.
Sunscreen.
Yes.
So now we've got our own SPF and it's about to launch into the market. So look out on the shelves. We have you covered. I've been using it and it doesn't give that gray layer or gray,
thank you.
no.
Yes.
It's beautiful, it smells delicious, but also fantastic. It's SPF 50.
Oh, Nomzamo, thank you so much. You and the Neutrogena family always making sure that we look like money, honey, and look like this. And the beautiful thing, Expresso family, is that you can indeed look absolutely amazing thanks to Neutrogena, all in the name of their new body range. We know that sometimes it can be difficult to look after ourselves, which is why we need a little bit of help. So this is why Neutrogena is in the building, saying they are here to make sure that your skin isn't just hydrated, isn't just glowing, but it is also nourished.
Hyaluronic acid is the vibe. Can you see that? Your skin comes alive. Now let's see if we've helped Ryle do that with some clothes. Earlier we asked you to help dress that good-looking man between two of his favorite looks. He's got a few of them. One of them is Hamptons inspired. The other one is more of a summer outing type of look. And you voted on our social media pages. And this is what you had to say. Let's take a look, all right, between those. Leonie's saying, good morning, Expressive fam. Hard to choose. He looks great in both. Let's go for option 1 then. Okay. Looks like the Hamptons are looking good so far. Definitely option 1. Then again, Raul looks good in every outfit. I couldn't agree more, even without an outfit. And also Renee, good morning. There's a family, so difficult, but option 1. People loving the Hamptons. And then let's go for another one. Ellen say, good morning, Expresso Morning Show. Definitely number 1, have an awesome day. So clearly it looks like Zanele and I are not going to get our wish today, which is okay. But let's see what you decided. Here it comes. It is Raul de Mornay in a way you've never seen him before. Lots of clothes, mostly layers. Look at that. Hamptons inspired. As you can see, now, talk to me about the lightness of the shirt, because I actually see you in that, though.
Bro, this is giving me proper feels for summer. This is something I'd rock to an event. I'd go out in this for sure. It really feels so soft, though. It has a great texture. And I think I can work with a lot of different outfits, too. So somewhat of an investment piece, I think, for the summer. Definitely loving it. I must say, though, the denims, and believe it or not, they are denims and not chinos.
But the denims are liking, because it feels a bit more relaxed, because you were wearing skinny jeans earlier. One thing with skinny jeans in summer, you know, everything is just sticking.
Like a toy gun.
Now you look relaxed.
I do, and I feel relaxed. I think, obviously, the slops are just giving that away. I feel like I've either gone or coming to a surf, one or the other. It's giving me feels of like relaxation.
Yes.
There's no pressure out here this morning, and I think anybody that I'm interviewing is going to feel like they're on an island somewhere, and I'm absolutely here for it, man.
I think
Absolutely.
It's great, though.
What do you think, bro?
I think you're between owning a yacht and a yoga studio.
Yes.
Like
or
this,
maybe
that beautiful
both.
vibe. I'm liking. Why not both? But embrace the sunshine with classic casual comfort. Shop your warm weather staples at Woolworths, available in-store, online, and on the app. And now on Raul.
See what you did there?
Zanzi, we will have a chat about you and choosing against the shorts. We will chat about this, but it's fine because he's hashtag styled by Willie, so he looks good in anything. However, you know, next time, Raul, I vote shorts again, just in case. You know what I mean?
Listen.
I will say that much. Yes.
It's early in the week, so I think we need to keep the suspense, keep the tension going until we can release it all into the weekend.
Fine, fine. I'll tune in every day. I'll be here waiting for those shorts, okay? And Zanzi will have a chat strategy-wise. However, let's talk about what's still coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Right about now, I need you to get ready because important conversations on the way. How to survive hay fever this spring. My lovely, I need that conversation. You possibly need it because the hay fever, it's been getting me this year and I don't want any of it, but we have got something that's going to help us out. Also on the way, we delve into women's health and balancing hormones, something that also can be a little bit tricky, but we're doing it together as a Feel Good Breakfast Show family. Do not go anywhere. We're going to be back on the other side of this.
Only you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Today, we're joined by Dr. Simone Silva, founder of the Hormonal Health Wellness Center, as well as Laura Johnston, CEO of Phytoceutics, and an expert in integrative nutrition. Now, they're here to discuss something so incredibly important and also guide us on common hormone issues affecting women under 40, including PCOS and PMS. Let's get into the first thing, PCOS. It might be a term that not many people know what it stands for, knows what it means.
PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. So by name, one would think that we have to have a whole bunch of cysts on our ovaries.
Right.
And while some women do, some women actually don't. So it's not a prerequisite. We know that we have this condition when we have high male hormones, and this can produce symptoms like acne or abnormal hair growth for women in places that we really don't want it, like belly buttons or chin or face. And the high male hormones also stop us from ovulating. So a lot of women actually stop having periods or have very, very long and very light cycles. It's also characterized by really high insulin levels. So what happens is women who suffer from this really gain a lot of weight and really struggle to lose it. Because a lot of women with PCOS can't ovulate, it can become extremely difficult to get pregnant. But the key message to take home is so much can be done through lifestyle and nutritional solutions. And in fact, those strategies are really, really, really vital and super helpful way before drug therapy becomes important.
We've done the diet, we've managed our stress. What more can we do?
Yeah, so touching on what Simone said with those three things, I think with supplements, high blood sugar, that can cause weight gain. A supplement that's amazing for that is called berberine. I actually just did a really cool test on myself where I had the same lunch 3 days in a row. One day was kind of the control day, another day was, you know, just testing versus the control. And the last day I had berberine 30 minutes before my meal. And I really noticed that my spike in blood sugar levels was far less. Wow. So that was fascinating. And it shows that a natural supplement like berberine can be effective. Yeah. And then also when it comes to inflammation, things like omega-3 can be massively beneficial. Also for acne, omega's really beneficial. And then curcumin, which comes from turmeric. And that's really been proven to help manage inflammation.
Sure. I'm so glad that you're providing solutions because there are many women. And what was surprising, even growing up, there were some girls around me that were suffering from PCOS. But let's talk about those on the journey of preconception. What sort of hormones and hormone assistance should we look out for when wanting to fall pregnant?
For a lot of women, we only think about pregnancy when we actually really want to fall pregnant.
Right.
But actually, we should start planning for it well in advance because studies are actually showing us that if we can create an optimum environment in our bodies way before pregnancy, we're going to have impact on baby's health, and not just at birth, but for years and years to come. And one of the most vital would be to look after gut health. And I think the gut health inflammation link really runs between things like PCOS, preconception, and PMS. So in all young women, we've got to be thinking about gut health and inflammation because they impact our hormonal health so much. So we need to look after our guts. We need to start supplementing with folate. And I think we just need to be really conscious of chemicals, what we're putting on our skins and in our bodies, because any chemical is so easily transferred to a baby.
Okay, so PCOS affects a couple of women. PMS probably affects a little bit more women. So I feel like we need to talk about this. I mean, what is PMS? What causes it? And how does it also impact our hormones?
PMS is extremely common. Up to 80% of women worldwide suffer from it. And 5% of those women are so severely affected that they actually cannot function. And I feel really passionate that PMS should be spoken about because it's so often minimized or trivialized as part of being a woman.
Yeah.
And when it's debilitating, that's not normal. Just because it's common, it doesn't mean that it's normal. But as with PCOS and preconception optimization, we have this thread of inflammation, which is the health theme that runs through all these hormone conditions pre-40. And the same is true of PMS. So there's a cellular inflammation at play. There's a high release of inflammatory molecules we call prostaglandins. And this causes havoc with pain, inflammation, mood, how we make mood chemicals in the brain, and how our female hormones are balanced. So
Well, speaking about imbalancing hormones, I mean, Laura, are there any natural ways that we can take that on head on and somehow target that?
Yeah, I think most women have heard the term before, are you PMSing when you're grumpy, which is so irritating. But I think, there really is something to it when you really can't control your emotions. And by facilitating a healthy gut through the likes of probiotics and fiber is also incredibly important. You can improve your mood and your state of mind. And I think something like, 70% of your serotonin is produced in your gut, which is wild. I mean, these are your feel-good hormones.
And just to jump on that, I mean, it's so fascinating if we think about what creates experience for us as women. So our experience of ourselves, our mood, our experience of pain, discomfort, certainly gut and inflammation, but our female hormones as well. So our estrogen and progesterone regulate chemicals in the brain like serotonin and dopamine.
When your progesterone and your estrogen are not balanced, you don't feel well. So things like sulforaphane, which comes from broccoli sprout extracts, can help you detoxify, particularly when it comes to estrogen detoxification.
We often think about hormones in terms of levels being too high or too low. It's more than that. We have to break down hormones properly in the body. So to Laura's point, the gut and the liver are the organs that do that. So we've really got to be well functioning all around.
Absolutely. The ecosystem needs to speak to each other and make sure the balance is there. And I'm so glad you ladies have brought some good news to know that, yes, a balance can actually be struck. But Mzansi, let me tell you that you also stand a chance to win a 1,000 Rand Phytoceutics voucher this morning. Now, to enter, all you have to do is take the Phyto Health Quiz on phytoceutics.com/Expresso. Of course, T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com, but you want to get involved, so get to it now.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code EXPRESSO for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
Now, this month, we celebrate hope, not just for South Africa, but for our lives and all those we touch. As we honor Hopetober, let's take a moment to recognize and appreciate the incredible work our pharmacists do every single day. Today, we pay tribute to Krugersdorp Lifestyle Pharmacy, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Our pharmacies are on the front line of healthcare. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
At Lifestyle Pharmacies, we focus on the bigger picture of health and well-being. We take an holistic approach, helping people not just treat their symptoms, but also prevent them. When we help our community, we enable them to help each other, and it's truly about contributing to something bigger than us. Self-care is essential. I mean, you can't pour from an empty cup. We see ourselves as partners in self-care because we help people take control of their health. We want them to feel empowered, whether it's by helping them on managing a condition or just choosing the right vitamins. It's all about helping them to make the best choices for their own well-being. To be brave means to step out of your comfort zone. It's being bold and staying authentic, and it all starts with health, really. Taking care of yourself is an act of bravery. And Adcock Ingram shares that vision, supporting those of us making a difference. And we're so proud to stand alongside them.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Carenza Parisi, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Incredible work. We love our pharmacists, and this Hopetober, you stand the chance to win 1,500 Rand in cash. Simply reply to the competition post on our Expresso social media pages and tell us what your message of hope for South Africa is. Don't forget to add hashtag Hopetober and hashtag sponsors of Brave. Competition closes at midday today. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Hopetober is a month of hope. Brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Inspiring communities, one pharmacy at a time.
I absolutely love it, and I love the season that is here right now. It's a season for hiking, swimming, snorkeling, adventuring, but also for some of us, the season of a little bit of that sneezy time. But don't worry, hay fever has its issues, but we're going to help you sort it out, giving you every reason to get over it and deal with it. And on top of that, maybe you want to capitalize on the good weather coming up, and Carissa's going to give us some great insights into slow living. I'm absolutely here for it, and now that I've got my new outfit, thanks to you, Mzansi, I can get used to the slow living lifestyle. All that and a whole lot more just after this. Don't go anywhere.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. It's my feel-good breakfast show. It's my feel-good breakfast show. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We missed you at your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, before we get into our news headlines, I do want to let you know that you can actually play and be the next big winner. This is in our amazing Powerball and Powerball Plus with estimated jackpots of 60 million rand. So don't get left behind. You can play Powerball for an estimated 5 million rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 55 million rand. But here's how to play. So a couple of options for you. You can walk straight into the store, smile at somebody and say, hey, where's my ticket? You can do that. nationallottery.co.za. You got cell phone banking, you got the mobile app, and you got USSD, which is star 120 star 7529 hash if you want to do that particular direction. Remember, all of our details on our Expresso social media pages, so you could be the next winner of Powerball and Powerball Plus this Tuesday for estimated jackpots of 60 million rand. Good luck and Pada, push up play.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. Thank you for coming through, Carlitos. For now, though, it's just gone on the hour. Perfect timing for another round of official duties. Now, starting with national headlines. The South Africa's tax service reports that 21.4 billion rand has been paid out in just 6 weeks. And that's since a reform allowing partial withdrawals from pension funds took effect. Now, the two-pot pension policy is designed to support long-term retirement savings while providing flexibility for members in financial distress. Now, retirement contributions have been divided into a savings component and a retirement component, with 1/3 allocated to savings and 2/3 to retirement. Now, the savings component allows access at any time, with a minimum withdrawal of 2,000 rand and only one withdrawal per tax year. While sticking in national headlines, President Cyril Ramaphosa states that more South Africans and business leaders believe the country's direction is positive for economic growth and job creation. Now, in his weekly letter, he attributes this increased confidence to the effective transition to a government of national unity. Now, the GNU is widely supported by communities which also appreciate the solutions to energy and transport challenges. Now, Ramaphosa emphasizes that the national unity government has established a solid foundation for growth, fostering greater investor confidence and job creation. Well, we now move over to international headlines, and Palestinian emergency workers report that at least 10 people were killed and 30 injured in an Israeli attack on a food distribution center in the Jabalia refugee camp, including women and children waiting for food. Now, the Israeli army is investigating the incident, and additionally, at least 22 Palestinians were reportedly killed in an airstrike on schools used as a shelter in the Nusrat refugee camp. Now, this school is part of a new polio vaccination campaign that began today in central Gaza following an outbreak. Now, the UN warns that Israel's military actions could disrupt the vaccination efforts. Well, carrying on with our headlines right now, and Senegal's government unveiled a 25-year development plan aimed at establishing economic sovereignty through competitiveness, sustainable resource management, and good governance. Now, launched 7 months after President Bassirou Diomaye Faye's landslide election victory, the agenda focuses on improving livelihoods in West African nation. Now, with Senegal becoming an oil producer in June and gas production set to begin by year end, the government aims to increase electricity access from 84% to 100% and achieve energy self-sufficiency. Well, lastly in our headlines, something to maybe, well, I think smile about, I hope. Baoli and King Bao. These are two adorable giant pandas. Now, they are set to steal hearts as they travel from China to Washington's Smithsonian National Zoo. Now, the 3-year-old pair left China last night on the specially chartered Panda Express, which is a FedEx Boeing 777, and will arrive in Washington this morning. Now, they are the first pandas China has sent to Washington in 24 years. And the previous pair returned to China with their club last November, prompting tearful farewells. Now, after being empty for 11 months, the zoo's panda exhibit is ready to welcome its new tenants, following a $1 million revamp. Now, their journey marks a warm moment in US-China relations, reminding all of the joy these gentle creatures bring to millions. Well, with that, I leave you with a round of headlines when it comes to all things sport, and here's Carlitos with the latest.
Dankie meneer. Let's go into some sporty action, starting with football. Lyle Foster has been withdrawn from the Bafana squad for today's AFCON qualifier against Congo Brazzaville due to a left knee injury. Foster sustained the injury during the first leg clash in Gqeberha after a collision with Congo's goalkeeper Christopher Mafumbi. Although scans showed the injury wasn't as serious as initially feared, Bafana's doctor Chepo Malobi confirmed Foster will return to Burnley for early rehabilitation and will not travel with the team to Brazzaville as a precautionary measure. Bafana take on Congo tonight at 6 p.m. in what is an encounter that could see qualification to the AFCON. It is going to be a big one, so get behind our boys. Now, staying with football, Germany secured a UEFA Nations League quarter-final spot with a 1-0 victory over the Netherlands last night. Stuttgart's Jamie Leveling, a last-minute addition to the squad due to injuries, scored the decisive goal in the 64th minute. Although his earlier effort was disallowed for offside, Leveling's strike guaranteed Germany a top 2 finish in Group 3. In other results, France beat Belgium 2-1, and then Sweden cruised to a 3-0 win. That was over Estonia. Now on to cricket news. New Zealand stormed into the semi-finals of the Women's T20 World Cup with a comprehensive 54-run victory over Pakistan in their final group match. Eden Carson, who took 2 for 7, and Amelia Kerr with 3 for 14 starred as Pakistan were bundled out for just 56 in 11.4 overs, chasing New Zealand's total of 110 for 6. The win secured New Zealand's spot in the semi-finals as the second team from Group A, alongside defending champions Australia. Now let's hold the cricket thought there, because Mark Boucher has been removed as head coach of the Mumbai Indians after a poor IPL season that saw the team finish last with just 4 wins in 14 matches. Boucher had taken the franchise to the playoffs last year, but lost in the second qualifier. He will be replaced by Sri Lankan legend Mahela Jayawardene, who led Mumbai to 3 IPL titles and recently served as the team's global head of performance. That's it for your sporting action for now. If you are heading to work, there are some things to note on your way there. Here's the traffic details.
Let's take a look. It seems like the roads are quite busy this morning, so please do be careful, Mzansi. And let's start off in KZN. Mooi River, there's been a truck accident on the R622 route between Mooi River and Greyton. Wreckage of the incident is covering the road, so avoid the affected area and make use of an alternative route, please. Over in Gauteng, Pretoria, minor delays are expected west of the N4 after the ramp from Watermeyer Street as a result of congestion. Allow for added travel time and maintain a safe following distance, won't you? In the Mother City, Milnerton, heavy congestion on the N7 northbound at Bosmansdam. Delays are expected, so exercise caution while driving, please. And keeping it in Cape Town, there is road closure on Baden-Powell Drive between Strandfontein and Mitchell's Plain due to sand on roads. Make use of an alternative route, and wherever you're heading, please do stay safe on the roads. We're going to keep you updated with what's happening there. However, let's have a look at your weather. In terms of the SA Weather Service, they have issued a yellow level 4 warning for severe thunderstorms with heavy downpours, leading to localized flooding across Gauteng, eastern Northwest Province, northeastern Free State, and extreme southwestern Limpopo. This warning follows an intense heat wave that gripped the region over the weekend. Forecaster Celeste Fourie noted that this will be the first significant rain of the season, and with the ground being dry, residents in flood-prone areas should remain vigilant as weather conditions develop. Additionally, a yellow level 2 warning for wind and waves is expected between Hout Bay and Plettenberg Bay, causing potential navigation difficulties at sea. Lastly, extremely high fire danger conditions are anticipated in parts of the central northern Cape, and extreme northern Limpopo. For now, it is all about your beautiful sunrise view, and this is where we get to check out what your eyes are seeing this morning. And my friend, I do say a very big shout out to Zalani, who has done the things from Northern Cape. Zalani, we appreciate you. I call it your country duty because you do beautiful things like that. Look at that orange, delicious color that we are getting from the sun. Thank you so much for sending in your sunrise view. And Mzansi, you can do the exact same on 063-408-8863. Let's see what it is that your eyes are seeing, and let's show the rest of the country, please. Right about now, let's get into your temperatures right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. my goodness. I love it when we're able to know how to dress in the morning. Why? Because we share the temperatures together, yeah? And a really beautiful thing about us in Mzansi is that we are gearing up for the rest of spring. And my friend, with the temperatures, as you can see, it's getting warmer and warmer. But this does mean that for a lot of us, you know, yes, the flowers are blooming. Yes, we're seeing different things happen. But it also means that hay fever is upon us. And I say that with a sad face because I'm one of those people. I have suffered from hay fever and it has been absolutely difficult. But this is why we get Cetisit to come along and help us out a little bit. And we get to chat to one of our friends, none other than the Ingram OTC family. And of course, that's Adcock Ingram OTC rather. And I'm talking about Chris Brassel. She's here to let us know how it is that we can be a little bit free from all of these different, you know, allergies that come along, but particularly hay fever. Everyone, let's give her a feel-good welcome, please. Chris, how are you?
Great, thank you. Great to be here once again.
It's amazing to be with you, Chris. And I say that because, Chris, I need help. Hay fever, it gets me all the time. So for anyone out there who's like, what exactly is hay fever? How would you explain it?
Okay, well, hay fever, it's also known as allergic rhinitis, just another name for it. And it's when you have those symptoms such as the runny nose, the congestion, the streaming eyes, the itchy eyes, and it's also sneezing, which isn't always opportune when it happens. And it can be an itchy skin condition known as urticaria. It can present as that as well. So it's quite a number of symptoms, all under the umbrella of hay fever or allergic rhinitis.
Do you know that I didn't know that it could affect skin as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I get like the sneezing fits. It's terrible. You know, I get the runny nose and everything, but I did not know it could also present itself in that way.
Yes.
But then, you know, in terms of how exactly you guys can help us out, what are the different, I would say even just the treatments that we can find at the different pharmacies that can help us a little bit?
Okay. So generally those symptoms we've mentioned, they're treated with oral antihistamines, and they're available at your local pharmacy over the counter without a prescription. So that's always great to know. The active ingredient cetirizine is present in our product Cetisit, and this is a second-generation antihistamine, which means that it's a newer molecule that's been discovered, and it has long-lasting effects, and it takes care of all of those symptoms we've mentioned with an easy once-a-day dosage. It's long-lasting, so you don't have to carry it around with you. It's there. You can just take it in the morning or at your preferred time, and you're covered for the day.
That's amazing. And I say that because I'm that person who, like, when the doctor says 3 times a day, I forget. I take it the one time and then that's it. So I'm so happy to hear that, Chris, because I feel like sometimes we do need that long-lasting thing that's going to help us out a little bit longer than just a few hours. But now talk to us about this. You know, of course, we differ in the ages that we experience hay fever. Can the whole family use Cetisit?
Okay, so fortunately, Cetisit is available in 2 formulations. It's available in a syrup, which is suitable for children from the age of 2 years, and it's also available in a tablet form for adults. So it is available, but I would just like to remind you that you can always talk to your local pharmacist. He is going to explain to you the best product that's going to be suitable for your symptoms and for all members of your family.
You see, this is why we appreciate the Adcock Ingram OTC family, because you guys have our backs. You always you keep us on the right track in terms of what exactly it is that will be right for us. But now I have to ask you, you know, as our queen from Ingram Adcock OTC, forgive me, does this mean we don't have to miss out on spring?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
We definitely don't. There's always something available. As I say, you've got your local pharmacist who is a wealth of knowledge, and he will be able to give you the best product to treat all your symptoms. Just remember, however, that should your symptoms worsen or not improve, consult your doctor. And when you do take a medication, especially for the first time, make sure you know how it's going to react in your body. Because, of course, a lot of medications may cause drowsiness, and especially in the case of antihistamines. Generally, second-generation antihistamine, the one we've spoken about, cetirizine, which is in Cetisit, doesn't cause that drowsiness. So you are able to carry on with life, not be uninterrupted and miss out with spring. So it's great to know, but just make sure you know how it is going to react in your body, because we are all different.
Yes, 100%. And, of course, it is our pharmacist that would be able to help us out with that. You know, in terms of the questions that we ask them, it's about the drowsiness and obviously just about anything that might, you know, make us react or anything like that.
Very much so.
Amazing. And can I ask you, have you ever experienced hay fever?
Absolutely.
Right? And it's the most annoying thing
It
ever.
is very frustrating. And you say you don't experience the itchy skin, but it's something I do suffer. And we visit a place away from home quite often. And the minute both my husband and I drive up to our property there, we start sneezing and our noses are itching. So, yeah, it's just different places, different times, but it's always there.
You see?
And it's great to have that relief. I never travel without my product.
I love that. Beautiful. Well, Chris, we appreciate you so much. I feel like you're a superhero of sorts from Adcock Ingram OTC, here to help us out, especially because we want to enjoy spring, right?
Very much
But it
so.
always comes at a cost for a lot of us. But here we are. Cetisit has got us. So thank you so much for that.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Of course. It is Chris Brassel from Adcock Ingram OTC here to help us out, all in the name of enjoying spring. And there's more, my friend, because the Adcock Ingram family, they don't play there. Please, come on. Friend, you stand a chance to win yourself a 2,000 Rand cash voucher with Cetisit. And it's so easy for you to enter. Let me tell you all of the details very quickly. All you got to do is reply to the competition post on our Expresso page, and you tell us what's your top tip for managing allergies day to day. You know, what is that thing that helps you out a little bit, that makes things just a little bit easier? You know, for us, the Cetisit, it helps us out. It makes things go smoothly. But what is it for you? What is your top tip for managing allergies day to day? Let us know. Don't forget to use hashtag Cetisit so that you can get yourself into that competition 100%. And do remember that the competition closes on Friday, the 18th of October. I do not want you to miss out. So go and enter right now. It is at Expresso Show all across our social media pages. And do remember that T's and C's do apply, and you can find them on expressoshow.com. My friend, it is all about you and winning that 2,000 Rand cash. And it is Cetisit just spoiling you, all in the name of us welcoming spring yet again and allowing you to enjoy it as well.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to make you feel good, excited, and pumped up right now because we are just days away from the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon taking place this weekend. And this year promises to be one of the most thrilling events in history. Let me tell you, the event organizers are hard at work on their quest to attain Abbott World Marathon Majors status. And this is huge stuff because this is placing it in the ranks of some of the big guns. We're talking about things like the Tokyo, Boston, and London marathons. So these are huge. So let's find out what's happening here and how close we are. Today we are joined by Carl Rootman from Sanlam, and he's also the race's headline sponsor for this. So absolutely grateful that they're bringing incredible races like this right on our doorstep. And then we've got Zarina Nakadin, who is the runner of the day. She's just completed the Berlin Marathon a few weeks ago. So fresh from marathon fever. How are you guys doing this morning?
Amazing, awesome.
Amazing. How the legs feeling?
It's rested, well rested
Okay.
now for Sunday.
Ready for the next few
Yes.
days and this weekend. We're going to be talking about this
Definitely.
weekend because, Carl, exciting stuff happening, and especially when we're talking about this Abbott World Marathon Majors. What exactly is this? Why is it such a prestigious thing?
Well, there's roughly about 800 marathons a year throughout the whole world. And then there are 6 major marathons. And then you can compare that pretty much in golf to the 4 majors in golf. So,
Oh, wow, yeah.
And those major marathons, there are 3 in the US, Chicago, Boston, New York, then London, Berlin, and Tokyo. And it's quite a prestigious event. There are thousands and thousands of runners that run these marathons. It's not easy to become one of these major marathons. And we as Sanlam are a proud sponsor of Sanlam Cape Town Marathon, and it's our goal to become the 7th major in the world.
Oh, wow.
And it will be a big thing for us as a country and as a continent.
Big goals, but I think it's an absolute perfect timing for it if you look at the culture and what we have here. And this absolutely makes sense because when I look at the guys that are running these marathons, they are so proud about themselves when they've done it. I see this gloat that's coming off you, and it's a good gloat because you should be proud of this. It's like you can wear this badge with absolute honor. So this could become a real true event that is on the international calendar. How do you get on this list? How does one become a part of this prestigious club?
Well, it's quite a rigorous process. So it's a multi-year process. So there's basically 100 criteria that you need to fulfill to become a major marathon event. Criteria like, for example, the elite. How many runners? The time that you run sub 2:10, which is quite difficult. To run. The quality of the field. No cars on the road. The technicality around it, the doping facilities. So basically what the Abbott World Major Committee do, they come out, they assess this, you compete with lots of other cities to do this. And we now, we started this I've been part of this for 10 years. So Sanlam's been building up as a major sponsor for this for 10 years. We became very quick to become gold standard. So we're in this process. We're incredibly excited. We've spent years and years in working with the committees to build towards this. Hopefully, they make a decision in the end of 2025.
Oh, nice. That's
so
around the corner,
last year was our first year. This year, hopefully things go well. And if we're lucky and we keep on doing what we do, we'll have a major marathon in South Africa, in the future. And why is that important? Because, you get runners that run all over the world. These marathons, you get people that want to run these big marathons. It's an annual event. It's not like a World Cup or cricket, rugby that's like once every 10 years or 15 years.
Yeah.
So it will be big for us and we're incredibly excited.
Man, this is getting me excited even. I don't even run those long distances, but I'm keen to do it. More about our runner of the days, Rina. How are you obviously feeling coming through from that Berlin Marathon? I know you mentioned that it was spectacular. The vibe was awesome. You've got experience now both internationally and locally when it comes to something like the Cape Town Marathon. How would you compare the two?
I want to say the vibe was absolutely amazing in Berlin, running through the streets of Berlin. But here in Cape Town, we've got the gees.
Okay.
The gees is amazing.
Yeah.
Last year, and I'm sure this year as well, that everybody comes out. We've got bands playing on the side of the road. It just carries the runners through to the end. That really what motivates us to get us through the finish line after running 42 kilometers. You still have that little bit to get over
and
the
those
line.
hills
Yes.
in town, they can be really deceiving.
No,
One thing
definitely.
I'm lucky to have done is had the experience to be a part of one of these events. And absolute kudos to Sanlam, what they're doing in bringing the gravitas to an occasion. The hype, the talk before and after the event is huge. It's like something that is becoming a must on the calendar.
Yeah.
I can clearly see why this has already, in my mind, reached that sort of international status. We just need that stamp of approval to come through now to make it so. But with that being said, what advice do you maybe have for those that are getting into the race this weekend or getting amped for it? I know it's a few days left to go, but you've got that mental preparation, I think, a bit more on lock than many others do now that you're an international marathon runner. Let's just make sure we mention that. Any advice for those that are coming through? Because I know this event doesn't only have the elites. It has family members, those running for gears, wanting to have fun, wanting to achieve incredible goals. What advice do you have for the common runner out there for this weekend?
For the common runner out there, just go out there, run your own race. Just bring the gears. I mean, whatever you do, you're anyway running a PB if it's your first time running. I want to say that everybody should come out there, support our runners. Our runners need you. Cape Town needs your support. The gears is just absolutely amazing. And I mean, we've got a beautiful scenic route here in Cape Town. I mean, what a beautiful city that we live in. And I hope that the day is going to be absolutely amazing with amazing weather, because I know the gears will definitely be there. And all our supporters in Cape Town, come out, support our runners. Our runners really absolutely need you.
Oh, spoken like a pro. Oh, you can stay. Zarina, thank you so much, Carl. Absolutely incredible stuff what you're doing. I can't wait for this to, I think, not a matter of hope, but a matter of time for this to become a part of that international and prestigious club. So thank you for the 10 years of incredible work you're doing, and for 10 and many more decades to come. Hopefully. I hope it's nothing but just better and better, and I think it's going to be. We're in the right hands. With you, Mzansi, I want to say, if you are part of the race this weekend, good luck to all our runners. We absolutely can't wait to see you out there. It's going to be a joy, to say the least. And if you are not running, well, we hope to see you cheering there. It's an absolutely incredible day to just make an occasion out of it. Come support and bring the runners the gears and the energy they need just to get those final kilometers and over their finish line. And if you are looking for inspiration to lace up and beat your personal best, well, get this, you could win double tickets to compete in any Abbott World Marathon Majors. It's a prestigious club to be a part of. So all you want to do is visit sanlamonline.co.za. That's sanlamonline.co.za, and you can find out how you can run with confidence on a world stage. Absolutely grateful for that. We're going to run from Cape Town right now and make our way all the way back to Josie. Zanele, how you feeling? How you doing, girl? What's happening?
My honey, I am absolutely amazing, and it is because we're about to be blown away by an absolutely amazing talent. Beautiful Expresso family, turn up the music because serenading is in the building. Everybody, please give it up for Amancia with Breathing in Water.
He said, body of a goddess making me sweat. Hips so wide, I'ma break that bed. You're so beautiful, yeah, you well fed. Before you leave my palace, I'ma make you wet. Travel around the world in my first class jet. I'ma be your pilot, baby, you won't regret. You won't regret. Our love is like breathing in water, breathing in water, breathing in water. Our love is like we are breathing in water. The way you touch my body gives me ripple effects. My skin against yours, you won't neglect. Baby, come and kiss me, rub your fingers down my neck. When we make love, our spirits connect. Spirits connect. Our love is like breathing in water, breathing in water, breathing in water. Our love is like breathe, breathe. We're breathing in
Mansia. Shoo! Wrote it only at the age of 17. Are you serious? What a beautiful talent. And the lovely thing is that she's not going anywhere. Stick around, Expresso family. Right about now, I need to go and be in my feels about this breathing in the water. There's a lot going on. My Cape Town family, what's still coming up on the show?
You're just hanging with the cool kids today,
beautiful, eh?
Zanele.
That
Yeah.
voice.
Nicely done. I'm absolutely here for it. And I'm hoping that there's more to come, but also more to come on your Feel Good Breakfast show with regards to great conversation, great food. And we're diving into the kitchen for some possets.
That's
You've heard
it.
of possets? Tropica's bringing the vibes when it comes to possets. We've got Chef Dre in the kitchen, which you had an incredible chance to
Yes.
dance with earlier.
Look at those.
How
are
was that?
possets.
Yeah.
You see, look at that.
You don't know what it is, eh?
I know, of course. So,
Be honest,
as you can
bro.
see by the ingredients, it's caster
what?
sugar,
Uh-huh.
Tropica, juice of lemon, oranges, coconut flakes. Can you not
Listen,
see what it is?
My dog ate my homework, so that's why I'm tuning into your Feel Good Breakfast show, because Chef Jay is definitely going to plug us into exactly what possets are and how good they taste. I'm here
Yes.
for it.
I know what a Lurie is.
Where?
Yes, I know what a Lurie is. So that's good. It's an award. And of course, Zanele is going to be hanging with the best of the Lurie Awards, which is going to be absolutely incredible. So make sure you stay right there. Yes, nod your head, because Zanele knows what possets are. Look at that. You do know, right?
Yeah,
what a posset is.
yeah. Of course. Yes.
Like,
yes.
Yeah. See, we all know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Doesn't know.
That's right. So stay with us, your Feel Good Breakfast show, where we teach you about possets.
With 5 times greater plaque reduction than brushing and flossing alone. For a cleaner mouth and healthy gums. Completes the clean with Listerine.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast show. I'm feeling like I'm on a beach right now. I still got my slops on, and that's thanks to you, Mzansi, for coming through and making me look so good. So now that we have the summer feels and that's locked in, what else can we look forward to, Carlitos?
Yes, we can. I just want to let you know that it's been a great month. October 7th to the 11th, the creative world came together like the Avengers in full force to celebrate 45 years of excellence in advertising, design, and innovation.
Innovation at its finest, and the excitement culminated in a spectacular 2-night awards ceremony. Yes, 2 nights of it. And last week was the brightest minds coming together from Africa and the Middle East, which were honoring the outstanding contributions to the industry. Now, Zanele, of course, was on the red carpet looking absolutely incredible, and it was the auspicious Lurie Awards for 2024, but she wasn't alone. Carissa also joined in.
And also looking absolutely incredible. And also just the professionalism. I watched them do their thing. Those are 2 stars rising. A lot like all the stars on that red carpet. We should take a look.
It's a big night, honey, for the SABC and the Luries. And of course, it is all about celebrating the African continent and the Middle East. And tonight, it is only right that we have the group CEO of Ligas Delaney. Ray, how are you?
Firstly, thank you for getting the name right. Love it. Love it.
I love that for us. How are you feeling?
I'm extremely excited and a little bit nervous, to be honest. We've got a couple of finalists here tonight, so we are showing up. And what I love the most is thank you for SABC for being here, because you guys are opening it up to the rest of the country.
We've caught a queen who looks like an absolute, I think you're just dazzling. You look gorgeous, my lovely. How are you?
Thank you. I'm so excited. The 46 Luries in Cape Town once again, and we hope Cape Town's going to become its permanent home address.
Somebody's putting it out there. I love that. I need to speak to you as somebody who knows about the Luries. You've seen it grow over the years. Talk to us about this specific collaboration with the SABC. Why is it so important?
This industry is the industry of the future. We've seen over the past 46 years that how the creative industry has grown, and we know that with the right amount of nurturing, this is the industry that's going to dial up jobs in the future.
We found one of the bosses at the SABC, and it is the SABC night, honey. Djaba, how are you feeling about today?
Well, you rightfully say, tonight is the SABC night. The awards are sponsored by the SABC, and it's exciting. I'm sure you've spoken to amazing creatives. Everybody's hoping they are the best of the best, but we'll see who's going to win the Grand Prix.
Tonight, Kabelo Mashapalo, absolute legend in the making, is with me right now. Chairman of the Luries, but sir, something that was recently announced, and tonight we make it official. How are you feeling?
I am very excited. I'm very excited to step into these big shoes and, serve the people.
This is an SABC night. The SABC has taken over. Talk to me about why it's so important that this beautiful marriage happened, but also how the SABC and the Luries can grow together.
I mean, for me, SABC speaks to everyone. It's a wide range net that goes all over the whole country. It was only natural this could happen, and it could only get better.
So I love it when we get to speak to a chairman, because he knows the lowdown. If you could speak to us just about some of the work that you do throughout the year in the creative space, how would you describe it?
Look, we try to do work that's courageous, that's innovative, and that pushes the envelope. And in places like this, getting the recognition for it, gives us the courage to do even more daring work.
When you look at the creativity in Africa and the Middle East, right? I mean, you personally have been recognized by international greats. So where do you see Africa and the Middle East going creatively going forward?
I think we have to push the culture first, I think in South Africa, we have an opportunity to really lead the world when it comes to culture. And I think maybe it's about time where brands and creative and advertising in whatever that they do, they need to show our culture and sell our culture, because I think it's something that it's easily exportable, and people are able to buy South African arts as a commodity.
Gents, I need to know, because you guys are actually nominated tonight, how are you feeling and what does it mean to be recognized by your peers?
Yeah, fairly confident. I think the thing is to come in confident, but also be mindful that you're competing with some of the best in the African Middle East region, so confident.
And talk to me about this, being recognized alongside the Middle East. What do you think that means to Africa, and what should it mean to the rest of the world?
I think it means we're global. I think we can compete globally. I think it raises the standard of our work in our relative locales. And I think it's a celebration of African excellence.
We got a gorgeous looking woman. She's the lady in red. How are you feeling tonight about this huge night where the SABC has just taken over the Luries, baby?
It is absolutely exciting. I mean, to be in a space with so much creativity. Look around you, beautiful people, but also the diversity that you're seeing at the Luries this year is absolutely amazing.
You know that the Luries are all about the awards, right? But you need some judges who decide on the awards. So, Imran, I'm looking to you to tell us, as a judge, what were you looking for in 2024?
I think the main thing we're looking for is sort of, for me at least, something that makes you feel something, that evokes an emotion, whether it be, being moved, finding something hilarious, but just something emotive, something that's feeling,
Welcome to night 2 of the 46th Annual Lurie Awards, brought to you by the SABC. It's such an honor to have all of you here. Tonight, we will see more history being made as we award the awards for the 46th Annual Lurie Awards.
In the effective creative category, a gold Lurie goes to
Chicken Licken and Joe Public for Big Down Your Hunger.
I gotta ask you, what does this mean to you?
So we are really stoked because we believe winning work sells chicken, makes chickens fly, as I just said. So we're very, very stoked for our client and for us as an agency, but firstly for our client.
It's our first win of the night from the Middle East, and I got to say congratulations. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great. Thank you so much. It's nice to be here backstage. I didn't know we had this whole thing set up right now, but this is amazing. It makes you feel like it's a bit more special than the usual. Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.
Guys, congratulations. This is amazing. Can I ask you, why is this such a big deal for you?
I think we were chatting about it earlier, right? I think the first thing is it's for a very small country, Oman. The fact that we're able to set the standards of creativity and inspire others to follow suit.
Yeah.
I think that's extremely important and exciting for us.
Danny, I love how you're holding this award. The whole world must see it. Yes! Talk to us. How are you feeling about this?
Well, feeling really happy. I think this is a big thing. Gold at the Luries is something we pride ourselves with. The quality of the work, the standard is so high, and to be recognized by our peers in a region this big as a gold award is something that is worth celebrating.
They've started wearing your gown. Wearing your gown. Papa, they are wearing your jacket and pronouncing the S in Lurie.
Guys, what does this award mean to you?
It means more than everything. We're bringing it back to our clients. We're bringing to the people who are bringing money to the business. I'm bringing it to my creative director, who is super amazing at the creativity, and we're bringing back home.
We came, we saw, we conquered, and we got to celebrate some of the most incredible creatives in the Middle East and in Africa. And my friend, the 2024 Lurie Awards were indeed an absolute success. We're going to say goodnight now, but we'll see you in 2025, baby. As the SABC, cheers.
Wowza. Incredible, eh?
Yeah, that is absolute glam, man. It really isn't something you're aware of, but when you see what's going on behind the scenes, when you see how many people are working at it and the entire conglomerate of energy, it really is absolutely impressive to see. And I think it's such a perfect moment to celebrate, bro.
And I think it's important for us to do that. And Zanele, you were so close to all of these creatives, and I think everybody's geared towards elevating their brand. And for one reason, to make sure that it's highlighted and really makes sense and has relevance to the consumer, which is actually more difficult than it seems. So how was the night for you? I mean, you looked fantastic, number one.
Yo,
number
can we
two,
talk about the dress?
Wow. Like Lurie's
Thanks,
what?
guys.
How was the experience for you, Zanele?
Yeah. Listen, it was genuinely something so special, and I say that because you could just tell how much the night meant to everyone who was in attendance. And I'm talking about from the group CEOs to the managing directors to the chairpersons to the people who were judges to the ones who were being judged. And I think that the reason it meant so much to everyone is because literally I heard a couple of people having chats, talking about the Luries, and they were like, from the inception of their careers in the creative industry, they always ask themselves, how's my work doing? Are we going in the right direction? And particularly when you're from Africa and the Middle East and you're coming together to say, okay, how are we doing, guys, compared to each other even? I think the biggest thing was just for them to take that night to understand, are we doing the right thing? And I think that the Luries always gives them that stamp of approval from their peers to know that, hey, guys, okay, we're doing a thing. We're allowing people to feel something, which is something that one of the judges actually shared about. And I think that that's why it's so important to them and why we need to make sure that we're always just celebrating our creatives in the best way, which is is the Luries.
And
We
it's
have
so-
to.
It's so often that you have these situations where so much work gets put into these projects, so much time and effort, and it doesn't get celebrated and commended. And I think these opportunities must
Yeah.
take place so that we can echo some of the incredible work happening around us and in our community. And I think that's something that I saw being absolutely exceptionally shined on with that event. It was just a commemoration of some great talent and seeing how the bar really is being set so that we can either rise above or set a new one, I think, right?
100%. And that's why I think it's so important, you know, to have a night like the Luries, so that, like I said, you know, we're able to share ideas where we don't just keep it to Africa, but we also go to the Middle East. Who knows where the next part will be? Maybe even Europe will come and join, and we'll be able to have this beautiful sharing of all kinds of ideas. But I think it's always just so special as well to be able to celebrate the people who are putting adverts in our faces, who are allowing creatives to also shine, you know, from our different content creators to the people that allow us to, you know, even see a whole lot of different things when it comes to, I think, even just productions. It really is always beautiful. But Expresso family, I need to tell you that for more in terms of that Lurie's night, which was sponsored by the SABC, because it was the SABC night, you need to make sure you go and check it out on SABC Plus. Raul and Carl, I know you're gonna be going to check out SABC Plus, ne? Because you wanna see more. Yeah?
Check out, we live on that platform. What are
Currently
you talking
streaming on my
about?
phone right now.
We are ambassadors of SABC Plus. What are you talking about? I mean, that's who we are.
Yeah, man.
It's important. But I do think it's great. So we're going to check it out. You and Carissa did a fantastic job. And also to everybody, and I controversially will say, advertising is a lot more difficult in 2024 than it has ever been. There are so many screens, so many things that are stimulating the human mind. How do you keep focus on one brand? The talent and creative behind it, that's how you do it. And I think it's sensational that we can do that. So big ups to the SABC for backing creativity on the African continent and even across to the Middle East as the Lurie celebrate. And also for people like you, Zanele, that elevate those stories on the red carpet and beyond. That's why we need people like you to win a Lurie. Another award.
Stop it.
Another one.
Stop it. I love you, and I'm going to go blush now. Just tell me what's coming up on the show. You're doing too much.
Well, right now, Zanelli's just going to go blush it out and be around the corner to give you some more of the good stuff right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're diving into the kitchen. We're still going to talk to you about those possets. Yeah, that everybody knows about. So if you don't, are you the only person in South Africa that doesn't know about it? Well, don't worry. After this ad and after this session, we're going to plug you in and educate you. We've got
Posset.
you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is that time of the year again. Global Hand Washing Day is here. Now, we're thrilled to introduce Lifebuoy's latest innovation. It is the AI Teacher Hippo tool. Now, this is created to make hand washing education both fun and interactive for kids. And it's packed with very exciting games as well as catchy songs and creative coloring activities. Now, this tool is part of Lifebuoy's H for hand washing campaign, which is all about making hygiene education both engaging but also accessible for schools and communities across the globe. And here to tell us more about this incredible initiative, let's give a feel-good warm welcome to Anele Nzimande Mapanga. Anele, thank you for being here. This is very interesting. Can you tell me more about that coming together?
Where did it all begin? In 2008, we led a multi-stakeholder partnership with UNICEF and other global companies to establish Global Hand Washing Day. And you would think that hand washing is something that we all know to do, but I think COVID showed that there were some gaps in understanding on how to wash your hands effectively to make sure that we don't transfer germs and sickness to each other. And so since that time, we've had several campaigns that have launched globally. And one that I'm particularly proud of, in 2020, we launched the H is for Hand Washing campaign. H is for Hand Washing has been integrated into the curriculum, into the alphabet. In the past, hand washing was not part of the curriculum. If you go to schools today, you will find in life orientation curriculum that has been created in partnership with the Department of Health and the Department of Education that excites the learners, that teaches them effective hand washing so that they understand that they can actually take care of themselves and also their friends. You know, children are playing, there's a lot going on in the classroom and on the playground, and I think it's just been such an important aspect of driving proper hygiene. Now with the AI Hippo, we are able to go beyond the walls of the classroom. We know that learners and children in general, they are so drawn to AI. So we want to make sure that this information is available in a way that is intuitive and exciting and fun.
Do you think this approach has been quite effective in addressing children and meeting them where they're at?
100%, right? So we do believe in the traditional methods, being on the ground, being on the classrooms, and I actually love Global Hand Washing Day because we get to be with the learners at the school. Every year we reach 17,000 schools, and it's quite exciting. You know, I love the energy of little kids, of school children, and we also have an opportunity to do an audit at the schools and see what's actually needed. Can we install some hand washing basins? Can we install some JoJo tanks? Because you need to have proper sanitation to drive the education as well. So we need a merger of the traditional and on the ground and the AI tool to drive the fun, interactive, multi-sensorial experiences that I think kids love so much.
Yeah, and we love kids, man. Like you said, that energy is there. But we also want to keep them safe. So why is it so important for kids to regularly wash their hands?
Children, you know, they are more susceptible to diseases. Diarrhea can be passed on if we're not washing our hands. We can experience a lot of transfer because they're spending time in enclosed spaces in the classroom. They are playing in sand outside, exposed to more germs than perhaps we would. You know I've experienced the flu, a transfer of the flu from my little one who's been at school, and he gets sick first and then the whole family is sick. So I think if you can teach hand washing and healthy practices in little ones, you really can fortify everyone. It's super important.
Oh, I love this. Okay, tell me more about the H for Hand Washing campaign. I mean, since its inception to where it is now, just delve a little bit more into that for me.
It sounds so simple, right? But I think for when we were growing up, H was not for hand washing. I think H was for hippo.
Yeah.
So now it becomes so instinctual in little ones that, okay, H is for hand washing and something that I need to carry with me and I need to remind my friends as well. And now that this is in the curriculum, it's not something that they can run away from, right? It's right there in the classroom, part of the alphabets every single day. We have engaged departments of education around the world, and we've seen the pickup in the hygiene practices. In South Africa, we reach just about 1 million school children every single year. We continue to be committed. That's why we established Global Hand Washing Day, so that every single year we don't forget the importance of the simple act, but a powerful act of hand washing.
Oh, I love this. Can we actually change the A for Anele? A for Anele, please.
An L for life, boy.
Yes, I'm here for it. That is so intuitive of you guys to really have jumped on board and created this perfect world where we at in 2024, and the future is going to be looking great and healthy, right? And this is what we want. Thank you, Anele, for joining us today.
Thank you
This
for
is so
having
special.
me. Yes.
Of course, and for you, join the hand washing revolution with Lifebuoy's AI Teacher Hippo and help your children develop lifelong healthy habits. Now, to join in on all the fun, scan this QR code right now that's showing on your screen. Yes, I'm going to give you a moment to do so. And then for further information, please go to their website. You can find them www.lifebuoy.co.za. Happy hand washing.
All right, it's about 2 minutes before 8 o'clock, but let's take a look at your news and wrap it up in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Starting off nationally, the Minister of Electricity and Energy, Hosiensho Ramakgopa, announced that the Turkish car powership project for power generation will not proceed, as it has not met required deadlines. During a briefing on the power generation restoration plan, he was asked if a more stable power grid justifies continuing with the emergency power generation initiative. The Turkish company planned to use ships for power generation, but the project faced criticism and legal action from the organization against tax abuse. Meanwhile, Eskom celebrated 200 load-shedding-free days on Sunday. Now let's stay in South Africa. Now SA's tax service reports that 21.4 billion rand has been paid out in just 6 weeks since a reform allowing partial withdrawals from pension funds took effect. The two-part pension policy is designed to support long-term retirement savings while providing flexibility for members in financial distress. Retirement contributions have been divided into a savings component and a retirement component, with 1/3 allocated to savings and 2/3 to retirement. The savings component allows access at any time with a minimum withdrawal of 2,000 rand and only one withdrawal per tax year. Now on to international news. Nigeria's Air Force is acquiring 24 Italian-made M346 attack jets and 10 AW109 Trekker helicopters as part of a fleet renewal strategy. The first 3 jets are expected to be delivered by early next year, with subsequent deliveries continuing until mid-2026, while the helicopters are anticipated by early 2026. As Nigeria grapples with armed banditry in the northwest and a 15-year Islamist insurgency from Boko Haram and Islamic State West Africa province in the northeast, military spending has increased significantly. Now, Palestinian emergency workers report that at least 10 people were killed and 30 injured in an Israeli attack on a food distribution center in the Jabalia refugee camp, now including women and children waiting for food. The Israeli army is investigating the accident, or should I say the incident. Additionally, at least 22 Palestinians were reportedly killed in an airstrike on a school used as a shelter in the Nuseirat refugee camp. The school is part of a new polio vaccination campaign that began today in central Gaza following an outbreak. The UN warns that Israel's military actions could disrupt the vaccination efforts. And on Sunday, around 100 competitors gathered at Arc Karajan Plaza in Tokyo's Roppongi Hills for the quirky Tokyo Space Out competition. Now at 2:30 p.m., the signal was given and participants launched into doing absolutely nothing. But don't be fooled, this motionless challenge is serious business. Contestants dressed in outfits reflecting their professions sat still for 90 minutes, judged on heart rate stability and artistic flair. Props were allowed, with one competitor holding an ice cream bar as it melted. The key rule, no sleeping. Out of 528 applicants, 90 competitors were chosen. And as the event wraps up, everyone's already preparing for Tokyo's Space Out Competition 2025. Spacing out has never been so competitive. And that is it for your news and your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's take a last look at your sporting action. Here's Raul.
Well, maybe sport will need to make space for a new sport when it comes to spacing out. But for now, though, we stick to the traditionals. And with football, we talk about Lyle Foster, who has been withdrawn from the Bafana squad for today's AFCON qualifier. And that's against Congo Brazzaville due to a left knee injury. Now, Foster sustained the injury during the first leg clash in Beja after a collision with Congo's goalkeeper Christopher Mafumbi. Now, although scans showed the injury wasn't as serious as initially feared, Bafana's doctor Chepo Molobi confirmed Foster will return to Burnley for early rehabilitation and will not travel with the team to Brazzaville as a precautionary measure. Now, Bafana take on Congo tonight at 6 p.m. We stick to the world of football, and Germany secured a UEFA Nations League quarter-final spot with a 1-0 victory over the Netherlands last night. Now, Stuttgart's Jamie Leveling, a last-minute addition to the squad due to injuries, scored the decisive goal in the 64th minute. Now, although his earlier effort was disallowed for offside, Leveling's strike guaranteed Germany a top 2 finish in Group 3. Now, in other results, France beat Belgium 2-1 away, while Sweden cruised to a 3-0 win over Estonia. Now, we move to the world of cricket, and New Zealand stormed into the semi-finals of the Women's T20 World Cup with a comprehensive 54-run victory over Pakistan in their final group match. Now, Eden Carson, who took 2 for 7, and Amelia Kerr, who was 3 for 14, starred as Pakistan were bundled out for just 56 runs in 11.4 overs, chasing New Zealand's total of 110 for 6. Now, the win secured New Zealand's spot in the semi-finals as the second team from Group A, alongside defending champions Australia. Well, carrying on with cricket news, and Mark Boucher has been removed as head coach of the Mumbai Indians after a poor IPL season that saw the team finish last with just 4 wins in 14 matches. Now, Boucher had taken the franchise to the playoffs last year, but lost in the second qualifier. Now, he will be replaced by Sri Lankan legend Mahela Jayawardene, who led Mumbai to 3 IPL titles and recently served as the team's global head of performance. Well, that's all the sporting news we have for you, and again, we'll do it all again tomorrow morning. But for now, many of you heading on the roads, let's see how we can serve you when it comes to all things traffic. All right, and coming through with all the traffic intel right now, and I'm just pulling it up because it's live on my screen, but we're talking with Bellville first in Cape Town. Now, there is congestion which is causing delays on the R300 at Old Paarl Road. So adjust your travel time and maintain a safe following distance. From Bellville now, we move to Delft in Cape Town. Now, there's been an accident on the R300 northbound before Hindle Road, and there is 1 lane closure resulting in minor delays. So again, we asked to approach the affected area with caution. It looks like that's all I have for my updates on my side with the road. For now, though, let's head to the world of weather and see what's happening in your side of town.
It seems like things are going to be a little bit turbulent this week, and I say that because, my friend, the SA Weather Service has issued a yellow level 4 warning for severe thunderstorms with heavy downpours leading to localized flooding across Gauteng, Eastern Northwest Province, Northeastern Free State, and extreme Southwestern Limpopo. This morning follows an intense heat wave, or rather this morning, forgive me, as it's gripped the region over the weekend. Forecaster Celeste Fourie noted that this will be the first significant rain of the season, and with the ground being dry, residents in flood-prone areas should remain vigilant as weather conditions develop. Additionally, a yellow level 2 warning for wind and waves is expected between Hout Bay and Plettenberg Bay. This, of course, is causing potential navigation difficulties at sea, so please be careful. Lastly, extremely high fire danger conditions are anticipated in parts of the central Northern Cape and extreme northern Limpopo. Right about now, I want to get to one of my favorite parts of the morning, which is always getting to know what it is your side of life looks like. And a huge shout out to Aisha from Kalk Bay, who has sent us such a lovely morning view. It is stunning. There's a little bit of greenery with the sea and the sun. Oh, Aisha, you have done the Lord's work. I appreciate it so much, and you know how much we love to see your side of life, so thank you so much. Right about now, though, let's take a look at what's happening with your temperatures right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
can see the aprons coming on, and that means we get to be excited for something happening in the kitchen. And it's not just looking forward to the beautiful Chef Jay, but also Chef Jay is coming through with something delicious. If you don't know what these things are that we've been talking about all morning, well, then you're gonna have to stick around, and hopefully we can pass it over just in a bit. So we'll see you around the corner, and we'll be getting into some absolutely delicious good stuff. Don't go anywhere.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and I've got to say thank you for making me feel good in my new attire. I'm ready for the season, and I think with this recipe coming up, you are going to be too. Now, if you're looking for a light and refreshing dessert to brighten up your day, well, don't worry, we got you covered. Today we are making possets. Yes, finally we get to figure out what these things are. It is a delicious no-bake dessert that's silky, smooth, and packed with tropical flavors like mango and peach, pineapple, and orange. I think you started to get the hint of where we're going with this, right? Now, this is the perfect treat to enjoy after a meal or as a mid-afternoon pick-me-up, or I think right now I'm going to say this is applicable for any time of the day as long as you're looking for something good. Chef Trey, of course, is here, and we're going to be doing this a little bit more interestingly because, as you can see, we've mirrored exactly what's going on here from one side of the kitchen to the other. We've got the same ingredients, except the only difference is, Chef Trey, you've got the pineapple flavored topica, and I've got orange. Now, that's the best of what I know. I'm going to have to hand it over to you. What happens next? How are we putting possets together, and what exactly is it?
Okay, cool. So it's super, super simple. It's literally 3 ingredients, your cream, your sugar, and then we're going to zest our lemon, cut it open, get some juice in there because that's what actually helps it set since we don't have gelatin in there. And then we add in our juice and then we put it in our little shells and then it's time to set.
Okay, you made that sound super simple and easy. Why have we not done this before? But yay, the time is now. Talk to me about how we're going to do this. I have to absolutely pay attention to you because the goal here, Mzansi, is for me to make my possets as good as Chef Jay. So she's going to be showing me and I'm going to be hopefully replicating that and hopefully showing me how easy this is. So what do we start with?
Cool. So we start with our cream. Okay. Just going to put it in there.
Cream goes in there. Is the pan supposed to, or the pot supposed to be hot now or not yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so that's why we haven't put it on yet, if you guys have noticed that, Mzansi. First tip of the day, get the cream in there. And what happens when it's like super sticky like mine over here? Just work it.
Yeah, with cream, there's no, you have to like put your back into it.
Put your back into it. I guess you've got to earn these possets because for me right now, thinking about what they are, it's like if an ice cream met a colada, met the beach, and they all went on holiday, this is what you would get right here. Absolutely love it. I'm going to just maybe grab a spoon to assist me on my side because my cream is sticky. All right, got that. That's going in there.
Yes.
You good on your side? You've already put the sugar in there, I see, as well.
I have.
Nicely done.
Okay. Then we're just gonna roll your lemon to get as much juice out of it as possible.
Roll the lemon, okay.
Yes.
Wait, I forgot to put the sugar in mine.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Make sure I get that step right. And Mzansi, of course, if you do for some crazy reason have these ingredients and you are in front of the kitchen right now, then join along while we're at it, okay? It's expressoshow.com to get the recipe inspiration. We are rolling this pre the zesting.
Yes.
What's the reason for that exactly again?
To get the most juice out of it, yeah.
I like that. I've
Just
never
comes
known
out.
that. So guys, you want to get some zestiness going on like the restaurants and like these chefs over here. Give it a bit of a roll. All right, we roll into it, then we're gonna pass it over, and then we're gonna zest it into the pot right now. And again,
Yes.
this thing isn't on yet.
Yes.
It's still
On the
room
side.
temperature.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna zest. My zesting isn't going as good as yours, but we're getting there. Wow, am I doing something wrong here? Is it just me?
Do you want to borrow mine?
Maybe. Let's
Here we go.
blame the tools. Ooh, that feels zesty. There we
Yeah.
go. All right, getting my zest on right now. Whoop! And luckily that wasn't on a hot pan. Sorry, on a hot plate because that would have knocked over everywhere. How do we go with this? Liberal or let me just try
Liberal.
to copy you.
Let's
I like
do
that. Yeah,
liberal.
you've gone liberal on yours. So still getting my zest on while chef squeezes some lemon into this. I can really see how this is going to be fresh and zesty. Proper feels for I think summer.
It's
It
perfect
looks
for summer.
like it's 34 degrees in Uppington, so they're definitely going to want to get in on this one. Okay, my zesting I think is done and dusted.
Yes.
You're popping in about both lemons. You cut it in
No,
half.
not both.
Oh,
it will
just the
become
one
too
half.
sour. Yeah, just one half and a little bit of a squeeze from the other
Unless
one.
you really like it lemony.
Yeah.
All right. I wanted to ask you a question. Obviously, we're talking about lemon, we're talking about cream here, but we've also got three incredible flavors. We're using two of them right now. We've got the orange, you've got the pineapple, and then we've got mango and peach. You have a favorite out of those three?
Mango and peach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Mango
That
and peach is always a fave.
I always like that saying, mangoes. Wherever a woman goes, a mangoes.
Okay, that's catchy.
Yes, I got to joke in. I made Chef Dre smile. Okay, so how much of this is actually going in here?
Half.
Half, right.
Yeah.
So this is a 300 ml can, if you didn't know. And a reminder, Mzansi, there's a lot more to talk about right now because South Africa's favorite dairy fruit mix is now available. As you can see, there might have been a bit more than half, but that's okay. In a can. Now listen to this. It's got delicious flavors. We're speaking about the options. We've got mango and peach, which is Chef Dre's favorite. We've got pineapples, and we have orange, and it's so convenient. It looks so cool. I think it's a perfect way to roll up into summer or pass it into summer. But Tropica's smooth blend completes any dish, especially something like this. And it's a perfect ingredient to give that zestiness and that freshness that we want in a meal like this. So it looks like our ingredients are in. We can put this on heat. You're quite far ahead of me, eh? You little cheater there. I see what you've done. I'm already playing. So
Don't
you're
worry,
just
you'll catch
whisking
up.
this up a little bit, right?
Yes, we're
Okay.
whisking it up, but just make sure that you don't let the cream boil. It just has to simmer, and then the cream will, like you see now, it's like kind of like balls. I don't know.
Yes.
You want it to like break down, and then we're going to put it in there. Because if
Okay.
you let it boil, the cream is going to split.
What does split cream do? What is that even?
I don't know how to describe it, but like it's like
Going to the deeper realms of chefry here.
The oil kind of comes to the oil and the
like
the
separates.
dairy kind of separate. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're not here for that. I like the cream just how it is right now.
Yes.
I'm gonna wait for some more heat to come onto mine so that I can really get this going. But already, as you can see, and maybe we can show Mzansi, that's what it would have looked like. And then as you start stirring, it
it's
starts to
getting
end up
better.
looking like that over there.
Yeah.
So very nice. I think Carlitos is definitely someone that's going to want to taste this. Hopefully we can get it complete in time. If not, we'll keep one for him. But essentially, this is what we are going to be letting mix up. And then
Yes.
does this set eventually?
Yes, so
Right.
it sets for about 2 hours.
Mhm.
You just also check to see if it's set. It's supposed to be like creamy and it's not supposed to be runny.
Okay.
That's number one. Otherwise, you have to like slurp it out. You need to be able to use a spoon to get it out.
Got you.
So I'm removing this from the heat now because everything is basically done.
Oh,
It's
that looks
mixed up.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And then with that being said, obviously these go into the tray.
Yes, so we're going to do this. We're going to put these over there so that it's easier to transfer and you also don't get like a lot of spilling
Hydrate.
going around.
Carl, what are you doing here?
I just wanted to share my positive attitude.
You couldn't
toward what
resist,
to do.
could you?
I couldn't, man. I'm sorry. Because I was really fascinated because Raul and I were talking about what is a posset, and I wanted to know a bit more. But now you told me it's something that's. I'm assuming that the sugar is actually the stabilizer here. That's why it sets, right?
Oh, it's actually the citrus.
Is it the citrus that's setting it? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It is really incredible. And do you have any completed possets that I can try Oh, that's okay. Cool. I'm on the way. Sorry, you guys go.
Come
Just
on, bro.
speak amongst yourselves.
Yeah,
I
we
want to
will.
try this.
While Mans goes and digs into that, and before he gives us the bite test, just a quick run through of our final steps on this one. How do we get to that phase over there? That
I'm looking for a
building up?
spoon.
So I'm just going to
taking
pour
one of these.
this into the
wow.
shells. Yeah.
So these are like cupcakes.
Kinda.
Summer cupcakes.
Kinda.
Fresh,
Yeah.
zesty cupcakes with fruit and the fusion that you'd absolutely love. Carlitos can't linger any longer.
No, I couldn't. I literally got a stick. I couldn't wait for a
You're
spoon.
like ice cream feels right now, bro. I'm on your foot. And what's the verdict?
My brother, it's unbelievably, I saw how much sugar you put in there.
Yeah?
It's unbelievably light.
You don't get that like overpoweringness from it?
No.
Nice.
How is that possible, Chef Dre?
Oh, I
For 10
can't give you an
points.
answer. Chef Dre, you've
It's
got
the
all the answers.
citrus. It's the citrus, as well as like with the panna cotta, you usually put like gelatin and stuff. But like since that's not there, it's just like smooth. I love it.
Oh,
You wanna try it?
And it's
perfect word.
vegetarian too.
Smooth.
Suck a stick.
Thank you so much, bro. All right. Is this the new way we're doing this, right? We're going sucker sticks, and while I tuck into this and...
Free, empty.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Enjoy it. Wow. Thank you for coming through, Mzansi. A reminder, head over to expressoshow.com. You definitely want to. You can get the full recipe and enjoy these possets. Yes, we finally found out what they are. And while you tune into Tropica Island of Treasure, Zanzibar, every Saturday, 6:30 p.m. on S3. And remember, repeats on Mondays at 9 p.m. on SABC 1. Wow, these are good. All right, everybody's getting one.
Please.
This is amazing. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, Chef Dre.
Got you.
Discover the chill of Tropica, the original smooth. Same great taste always. And because Tropica can, it's now in a can. Nothing smoother. Go on, try it now.
I am positive that you could win today. I mean, play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 60 million rand in total estimated jackpots. That's this Tuesday, which is today, Namhlanje Vandag, and you could become the next big winner. So don't get left behind. Play Powerball for an estimated 5 million rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 55 million rand today. So buy your tickets now. That's in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529#. That is for USSD. We posted all the details on Expresso's social media pages, so go check them out and partner push up play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 60 million rand in total estimated jackpots today, and you could win big. Good luck.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here in S3. And as you know, with Tuesdays, we love a bit of relationship talk. And that's why we need to jump into our topic for the day. And it's a controversial topic, I must just tell you now. It's stirring strong emotions. There's so much polarity in it, but that's why we have to talk about it, because understanding is the best way to get through anything. And this is a different lens. So we will be diving into the concept of polyandry. Now, the idea where one woman can have more than one husband at the same time. and whether this concept is possible or practiced in today's time. And on the couch to discuss polyandry's feasibility, the benefits and challenges in contemporary society, we have Fraya Vilmos-Vissing, an South African visual artist who has put together some incredible work called Love Unbound, which ignited the conversations around polyandry in South Africa. And that's why we have her on the couch just to chat a bit more about a concept that's often misunderstood, but needs a bit of explaining. So welcome, Fraya. It's nice to have you here.
How are you doing?
I'm excellent, thank you.
I think you are going to be inundated with a lot of questions after this.
Fantastic, bring
But
it
I
on.
love the fact that we get to share a conversation like this with live TV. And I want to dive straight into the show that you recently brought forward, which literally exhibited polyandry, which is something I don't think many people are aware of, or not aware of exactly how it plays out in the real world. But why did you feel there was a need to bring attention to this via a show?
So I think that it is a show about polyandry, but more than that, it's actually a show about women's rights, equal rights as human beings, and women's rights specifically. I'm a woman, so I understand what it feels like to be, you know, like walking around, we discussed earlier, and always fearing, and, you know, we still don't have the same equal rights in the world, and specifically in South Africa. I find South Africa a very patriarchal country still. So I think that we have embraced so much change. We've seen gay marriages, we've seen gay adoption, and I think that's a wonderful thing. And initially there was so much resistance against that. So why not women being allowed the choice to marry different men? I'm not saying it's for everybody. I'm not trying to advocate it or to say that we're trying to convince people. I'm just trying to say that I think we need a lot more acceptance in the world. And I'm trying to do that through my voice, through my art. Artists are better with expression of, you know, the body and soul than with words.
Yeah. And I think for me, it's something I think we must maybe sort of identify and maybe highlight with Mzansi for those that aren't even aware of what polyandry is exactly. Is it related to a female having more than one husband exactly? Or is it beyond just a marriage component? Is it just partners in general?
So, no. So there are people that practice polyandry in South Africa, but polyandry would be the right legally to marry many men. We have polygamy in South Africa. So polygamy is the umbrella over polygyny or polygyny, however you pronounce it, and polyandry. So we allow it in the constitutional law for polygyny, which is a man marrying for religious reasons or ancestral reasons. So I was thinking, well, in the constitutional law, it says we have equal rights. So where are my rights to marry many men as a woman?
This makes sense.
Even if it's maybe not ancestral, but maybe it's my new religion, maybe it's something I want to do. So where's the fairness here? Where's
what is equality without equal rights? It's a no-brainer, of course. I love that.
And I think it's what it also spotlights is that our society has always been driven on a very archaic understanding of right and wrong and roles of people. And I think that's where the problem comes in. We've got to be more open to allowing people to express themselves. And who is to say, oh, that is the wrong thing and that is the right thing, and that's the problem, I think, is that we have an archaic and generational understanding for how life is supposed to be lived, what a woman is supposed to do, what a man is supposed to do. And I think with polyandry and with art, now the great thing about art is that it appeals to everybody. It's a language that everybody can speak. And I think this is why this is powerful and poignant to actually point out the fact that polyandry is, it's now on the spectrum of choices one can make with freedom. And that is the most important thing, I believe.
Yeah, I think through art, as artists, we can get away with murder, you know, because we are eccentric and we are able to put out there what other people are not allowed to say. And we do it in such a subtle way that it can be very direct, or it can also be innuendos, and if you
Yes.
get into trouble, you can say, no, but I wasn't really trying to say that. Like musicians have done it through
Yeah.
years. They write a love song, but it's really for the government and the situation
Yeah.
that's going on. And so I think artists are very important in society to be able to bring about questions and political change potentially. I believe our mayor is very much advocating for this bill. I know that there is a bill to be passed. I thought about this years ago, but it has come to the surface in the past years when I thought about this exhibition. Actually, when Zuma was our president, I was like, if he can have 6 wives at 7 apparently, then why can't I? You know,
Yeah.
where's our... And yeah, I want to bring the idea of like feminism as well. I think women have been trying too hard to be equal to men. So I say equal rights, but that's equals as human beings, regardless of age, race, religion, and you know, I think we're all equal. We all have the same feelings. We all feel the same. Good, bad, chocolates, good to pretty much everyone, you know, and we all have to brush our teeth and everything. So I do believe that that women have tried too hard to be like men. And where feminism started really well for the right reasons and for more equality in human beings, I do believe that women are now losing their femininity. They're trying to be more aggressive, and they're trying to do all that with spindly heels and makeup. And imagine you guys coming here like,
And we've done it before, we've tried.
I'm sure you have.
But this makes absolute sense to me. I think the conversation is something that we're going to carry on with, because we want to dive deeper into this. And that's why we have you here, because for many of us, it's just a thought. And when we actually dive into the conversation, it might start to make way more sense than we think. And if it's not, it might be a great cultural or religious shock that makes you really think about what's going on. And I love what's happening here. We're going to carry on with this conversation in just a bit, and maybe get our opinion from our lady over in Josie. Zanele, what are your thoughts on this topic right now? Yay or nay?
Please, can I tell you, our queen definitely, she gripped me when she said equal rights. Anything that has to do with equal rights, where women can do as a man does, a man can do as a woman does, where we're on an even playing field, I am all about it. And I definitely said earlier on, for me, I think just one husband, it's enough. But for the people that want more than one husband, please, let the world be your oyster. You shouldn't be held by rights or rules or anything like that. It should be up to you. So that's where I definitely stand, gents.
Well, thank you. That's you know what, I knew you were that type of person, Zanele, but I love the fact that it's about us supporting the freedom of choice in a country that advocates for freedom. We can't have a sort of polarity in what we think about. If we are to be free, it's got to traverse all sorts of spheres. So please drop us a little question, maybe a comment, 063-408-8863, and we'll continue our conversation about polyandry in the next couple of minutes.
This Saturday evening on Tropical Island of Treasure. We're back at the beach.
I just don't want to get into the water.
You can do this, go.
Come, Z!
Everyone is shouting.
You got this, Tristan?
2-2, 3-2.
What?
I'm not touching this thing.
It's absolutely unbelievable.
No, man. No.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's over.
Catch Tropical Island of Treasure Saturday evening at 6:30 on S3. Repeat Fridays at 6 and Monday at 2 on S3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, I'm Zazi. Welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, bringing in incredible conversation, opening up right here on S3. We had Freya Villamoes Vissing, who was a South African visual artist, recently had a show called Love Unbound. Now, it absolutely ignited incredible conversations around polyandry in South Africa. Now, it's something we've been discussing in depth right now. We're going to keep that conversation going, and social media has become a buzz because of this topic. So I think let's dive into some of the comments and see what South Africa has to say. And maybe we can nitpick on this and find out where the opinions are lying right now. Starting off with Boitumelo.
Yes. Life is not a comparison. It's not if man can do it, so can woman. It's about understanding the cultural aspects of that belief system. And I, for one, I'm not against polyandry. That's what Boitumelo says over there. Another comment that has come through now. Let's take a look at it. That's Rowan.
Yeah, good morning. Oh my, polyandry is a definite no for me. One husband is a headache. Can you imagine two? Our South Africans have the best humor, I've got to say.
I knew that was coming. I do. And then one more comment, a comment that came through. Valerie saying, good luck to that lady who will have multiple mothers-in-law. Sorry. Hell no. Imagine having two husbands sitting on the couch. Hell no, thank you. Goodness.
Look,
also, can I just say, as Jane say, can you get off the couch, please? You're giving a bad rep to all of us who are in the mountains and trying to work on our fitness. Goodness. But let's focus in on, you can see that there's always going to be an interesting discussion around this. But with you being a visual artist, you've made some really great statements within the polyandry realm and what it means to an artist. And I want to go back to that for a second, because in Love Unbound, which is still ongoing, and I want you to give us the details too, but you have a certain wedding dress that I believe is something quite powerful.
Thank you. Yes, this wedding dress was built with sweat and tears and many, many hours put into it. It was hand-stitched with gauze. So I thought of gauze because gauze to me is a beautiful material. It's light and airy, and it's like lace, but it represents, what does gauze represent? Gauze represents the healing, the wound, but it also means going through the wars. So I'm just coming out of the final throes of a very abusive divorce, and it's been really trying to bandage myself. It feels like I've gone through the wars. This is through one marriage. So I'm thinking even with relationships in townships and anywhere where women may be abused or something, they might want to be protected by marrying various men. And so through the ceremony, I'm also a performance artist, so I did a performance where I marry like 5 men at my exhibition. It was just for the opening night, although the exhibition will be running until the 21st of November at the AVA Gallery. And you can see there my works. Please go and visit. It'll be beautiful just for...
Yes.
Yeah, to see the thing in live. And I think it speaks very loudly for itself. But going back to the wedding dress, I also stitched many, many words on it, around it, describing all the thoughts that came to me about if I were to be in this relationship. Because, I mean, you can love more than one person. Often you fall in love with somebody and then you break up and then you meet somebody else and then, you love him, but now the one wants you back. I've been in love with 2 men at the same time. I mean, I haven't acted on it, but I have been. I mean, you don't just finish your feelings because it's over. Yeah. So this wedding dress is a reflection of that. I actually worked on it with Michael Burt, a very good fashion designer, who saw my vision and understood it. And it's a beautiful piece, and it's a work of art, but it's also for sale if somebody wants to wear it, because it's life size and it's
lovely.
You can see it on
wow.
I can't be more grateful for this conversation. I think it's really stirred up some interesting thoughts in my mind in terms of the role of a man and a woman now going forward. But I think this is something that we need to carry on and need to adopt this conversation into the future and beyond, because we're living in an incredible time right now where love has no boundaries. I think that's really the underlying message for me right now. And it doesn't matter what shape or form it comes in, as long as it's executed truthfully, that's what we're trying to get to here. I wanted to just use these last moments to plug into exactly what's happening again. I know you briefly just mentioned it, but dates, times, how do you get tickets? How do we get involved in this? How do we keep this conversation going and witness and experience the art that you are expressing right now with this topic?
Well, the aim of my exhibition was exactly for people to leave there with a question mark. I want people to question, and not just this, everything that they've been told or beliefs that they've been told in their lives. I think that through my travels and through my philosophical understanding and through my heritage, I have come to understand that women are supposed to be treated the same as everybody else and have equal rights. Although I do want to point out that we are not equal. Men and women are not equal, and nor will we ever be. So I want to bring back a little bit of chivalry and a little bit of the old-fashioned ways. You know, where a woman is treated, and there's a space for a man. There's a place for a man. Men shouldn't feel like, oh no, they're losing their power and they're the stay-at-home dads, or, you know, they should feel like, embrace this, so we can embrace our differences and respect our differences. It's not that the one's better than the other, although maybe I tend to be but no, but we need each other. And I don't think that men will be, yes, you know, if a man is not there for you and he's not giving you, you know, the time that you need, then we don't need the man. But if he's there for you, then, you know, you're giving each other what you need.
Yeah, this world of powerful, independent women, there is still a place for gentlemen. Chivalry is not dead. Fran, thank you so much for coming through and providing us with a spark of pertinent conversation that must be had right now, I think, across the country and the world. So let's carry on with celebrating your exhibition, and I hope that it's nothing but bringing through a greater realm of love, which I think we all need right now.
That's why I do art.
Yeah.
Love. Art is love, and we love you. So stay there. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Win with the Tastemaster Junior and Clover. Watch this week's show and bake your favorite market-inspired sweet or savory treat using any Clover product. Upload it to socials by replying to the competition post using hashtag the Tastemaster Junior and hashtag Clover Made with Love. You could win a KitchenAid Classic Stand Mixer plus a Clover hamper. Don't miss the Tastemaster Junior, Tuesday evenings at 7, repeat Wednesdays at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. Only on SABC2. Clover Made with Love.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
And welcome back to your Expresso story on S3. Now, when it comes to relationships, there are many factors that contribute to a strong partnership. But one that is often overlooked, and I think often it's a battle, is finances. We talk about money.
Amen.
We're going to continue our relationship conversation going, except now we need to delve into the realm of finances and relationships.
And
A big one.
this is a tricky one, and this can really split a proper line between relationships. We're discussing money, which can be a real game changer. It's absolutely surprising how much it affects our everyday lives together. Now, as we navigate our relationships, we also need to think about our financial futures. Now, whether it's planning a vacation, buying a home, or saving for retirement, having these conversations can absolutely be tough, but also so crucial to the success of not only just your relationship, but you yourself. And this is why we need to have this convo right now, man.
So let's go. So, Zanele, let's just set the scene. A little earlier, you mentioned that if you were to get married, you're a one-person, marriage individual. Of course, no polyandry for you. But now, let's just say, hypothetically, you and a partner got together and you actually wanted to approach budgeting as a certain instance.
Yeah.
Do you think budgeting would be something that you'd be into, or would you keep your finances completely separate and or maybe combine them when things need it? I just want to know a bit more about that from you.
So you know what, gents? A famous philosopher once said, what's yours is ours, and what's mine is mine. So we need to budget around your finances. Do you know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm joking. I'm joking a little bit, just a little, okay? But yes, yes, we definitely need to budget. I kind of feel like, especially you, Ral, you mentioned like all of these things that are so important, from going on holidays to how we're going to retire to all of these different things. I think that if you're getting into a relationship with somebody that you see a long-term relationship with, then you definitely need to budget. We need to be looking at how we're spending our money, how it is that we can also practice, even if we're not married yet, to possibly, get through our finances, but also, how we're also saving and looking after ourselves. So I'm definitely that person who's like, let's bring the money together, maybe more of yours than mine, but let's do it. That's where I am. What about you guys?
Sure, Zanele, you
sneaky badger.
yo.
I love that
Okay, but
quote.
it's cool. So let's talk about when there is an actual agreement or stress around finances, but then you're in a relationship. I want to tackle more of let's just say the relationship and the psychology thereof, because you don't want finances to put pressure on your relationship because of the stress of there not being enough, or we can't make it to the end of the month, or we want to get something that you want to get, but I don't want to get it, and now there's a stressor. So in your opinion, how would one get through that? How would you navigate that and still keep your relationship strong, but keep the finances and that conversation assertive, obviously driven by boundaries, but also effective?
Yeah, Zanele, I don't know about you on this one, but for me, I think it's quite important that we really have a truthful conversation with money. So if you really want to work with your partner, you have one or two options. Either you're the guy or the girl that handles the finances, and you've taken up that role, it's been agreed to within the relationship, and you then, unfortunately, are taking on all the stress when it does come to the finances, because you put your hand up, you said you got this, but I don't think that's as realistic in this current economic climate that we do have. If you're not that blessed, I think the go-to for many South Africans is that we have to be honest with each other and say, listen, I'm struggling, I'm not dealing, or I'm stressed about this financial situation. How are you feeling about it, and why are you feeling the same or differently? If we get those honest answers out, I think the rest is so much easier, because if, Zanele, I feel that if we were in a relationship and you stressing about money as much as I am, then maybe both of us need to have this conversation and be like, listen, babes, like, how are we going to get through this? And I think with two minds targeting that, it's going to be so much easier than me taking this all on my own and lying to you and saying, babes, it's cool, don't stress, I've got this. And meanwhile, I'm suffering and I'm taking massive hits. And it's a lie at the end of the day. I don't know. I feel strongly about that. I think the honesty needs to come through in moments like this. Zanele, would you agree with that?
I 100% agree with you, Ral. Like, jokes aside, I definitely feel like you said, particularly in our, economic, the atmosphere that we find ourselves in, I think that we definitely always need to look at what we can do from both our sides, right? And be honest with ourselves. But can I add, even in terms of the minds that you're talking about, not just two minds, I say three minds. I say that because of the economic climate that we find ourselves in, we need to add in another person, such as a little bit of a financial advisor, someone who's going to help us out. I mean, I know that ABSA has many who are able to always just kind of help people navigate that financial side of life. So what better way to kind of, map out our financials, then sitting down with someone who truly understands them and kind of seeing, where there's a little bit of give, where there's a little bit of take, and what we can do to possibly look after ourselves for our future. What about you, Carl? What do you say?
Like that. You're not alone, bro.
I say that money means different things to different people, and this is why most of the conversations get to a point where they can't be agreed upon, because remember that people have financial trauma within their upbringing. Perhaps there was not enough to go around within their growing up, and then suddenly they got triggers in the relationship that triggers to those times where it is stuck, and now they have their own journey that they're traveling on. So if you are in a relationship, you got to actually listen to what your partner is saying. If they're saying we need this or we don't need that, I'm worried about. Start validating emotions first, and then start talking about the money, and then start looking at the strategies going forward and bringing in an extra person. But I think the biggest problem, not only because of the socioeconomic climate we're in South Africa, but it's also because I think we're not listening to each other and what money means to your partner. Because you don't know what they went through when they were growing up. You don't know how little the money was or how abundant it was. So I think let's start listening to the message and not the tone when your partner is discussing their financial stresses. Let's start there and build.
100%.
I think that's important.
100%. Yeah.
There we go.
I so agree with that, Carl. That was something that I was even going to say as well, where we have such different backgrounds, that it definitely is something we need to do. So I definitely agree with you with that.
Lovely.
Yeah, well, be honest with yourself before you even get into a relationship. And then I think the rest is a lot more easier because you can bring that honesty into a beautiful, safe space.
Yep.
Love these convos. I love these opinions. And I love those quotes, Zanele. I'm going to keep that one close. But for now, I think it's more than just about money. I think it's about trust, teamwork, and many of these important qualities that you need to adopt and bring into a relationship. But we've got help and we've got assistance. You are not alone. With the help from ABSA, your financial story matters. So you can visit absa.co.za for insights on how to navigate finances together and build a secure future for all. We want more, yes!
There are stories of strivers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
Hey man, you're looking good, by the way. I must say, you're looking like you've been eating well. You look like you're getting some protein in. What's been happening, man?
This is what happens when you follow Raul on social media. You start looking at yourself, you're like, where am I going with this? So I think after feeling a bit full stress, I started consuming more full stress.
Nice.
And I think that's why it's important to bring in Chef Clem here, because did you know that ostrich and venison is naturally low in fat? Thank goodness. Hello, making it a healthy alternative red meat option.
Yeah, man's been honored. Now listen, Chef Clem recently visited Cape Karoo International, and that's Woolworth's supplier of all ostrich and venison meat products, and obviously part of this man's diet. But let's learn more about the quality going into those buys.
Cape Karoo International opened its doors in 1945 and has been the global leader in ostrich and venison production ever since. They've been partnered with Woolworths for decades with a solid commitment to deliver consistent innovation, sustainability, and quality. Let's find out what it takes to make the best ostrich and venison in the world. Francois, Cape Karoo International opened its doors in 1945. Tell me about the origin of the company and why you believe you are a global leader until this day.
The strongest point, I think, of CKI is the fact that we have 120 farmers as shareholder ostrich farmers. And these guys farm with ostriches, and their fathers and grandfathers farm with ostriches across this whole area, in the Klein Karoo, in the Southern Cape, as well as in the Eastern Cape areas.
You produce ostrich products for the whole world, but I want to know, what is the demand for ostrich like in South Africa?
Over the past 10 to 15 years, ostrich meat actually became more and more popular in South Africa. Not only at the retailers, but also at the restaurant level. It's now really popular amongst the whole of South Africa.
Francois, you have over 120 farm suppliers when it comes to ostrich. How are you ensuring that CKI is sustainable?
On an annual basis, we ask the farmers to produce a certain number of ostriches as we see the market develop for the next year. And of course, we must bring in balance the need for ostrich meat, ostrich leather, as well as ostrich feathers. We utilize the complete bird. We export this leather to the fashion houses of Europe specifically. And you've seen Lady Gaga at the opening of the Olympics. She was looking beautiful in Cape Karoo International's ostrich feathers.
The popularity of ostrich in South Africa is on the rise, and that's thanks to ostrich being a healthier red meat alternative and innovation bringing new delicious flavors through. But CKI does more than that. Let's go find out more about game and venison. Shaw, I think you're the best person to ask this question. How do we define venison in South Africa?
Venison can be defined as including various animals, including wild game birds. But generally, if you ask a South African what venison is, they refer to antelope. But it can include broader animals, including wild game birds and so forth. At Cape Karoo, we harvest most of the species.
So working with so many species and variety, how do you maintain quality and ensure that that quality standard is held from field to table?
Our quality starts with the harvesting process. So at the beginning of a season, we would tell our harvesting teams the volumes that we need for the year. Other sources of game for us is from the national reserves. The national reserves have to control their herds. So we also have game meat examiners in the field, which will examine every carcass for any disease. And if any sickly animals are there, they're immediately rejected and not loaded onto the truck. So it's a long list of procedures we have to go through.
There's so much happening here today. We are now in the noodles room. I love it. Can you please tell me about the process the CKI has in place to maintain consistent quality and integrity with all the products that you produce?
Clem, there's so many controls in place on our production floor. Temperature is a very big one. Temperature is controlled in the actual facility itself, so the area temperature doesn't go over 5 degrees. The product temperature we keep under 2 degrees, and nothing is packed if it's over that. We've got a QC team, a quality control team, that monitors each and every product along the lines, and they check for temperature, they check for quality of the product, if it is according to Woolworths specifications, and the packaging and the labels, that nothing is skewed, that everything is absolutely perfect. So when it goes out of this door, it's ready for Woolworths shelf and ready for the consumer.
You might have a DIY biltong box at home. It's kind of like these rooms over here, just a lot bigger. Each room allows you to control humidity, temperature, and airspeed. And by the way, this is just my weekly order of biltong. But Taste, we are in my favorite room in CKI. It's a snapstick packing room. I'm gonna do my best to stay focused. Woolies is all about the partnerships and the relationships that they have with their suppliers. Tell me how the values of CKI align with those of Woolies and come together to create the most amazing ostrich and venison ever.
Clem, it really comes down to being absolutely customer obsessed. I think that is such a priority for Woolies, and in other words, such a priority for us to make sure that the suppliers that we align with, the suppliers that we partner with, have that same shared customer-centric view on everything that they do. And that really filters down into being completely transparent, in really working with integrity. I think that's really something that's exceptionally important to Woolworths. And I think when it comes to our working relationship with CKI, that is exactly the case. It also boils down all the way back to farm level. You know how passionate we are about sustainability. You know how passionate we are about animal welfare. There is no way that we can enter into a partnership with someone that doesn't share those values. So I believe that is absolutely the case with CKI, and those are really the values that really join us together as well.
Animal welfare is actually defined by the 5 freedoms as internationally accepted. For us, the most important thing is that the farmers and their farm workers handle ostriches in a humane way. And secondly, there must always be water and food available. The 120 ostrich farmers are all also shareholders of the company. And these guys must be audited on an annual basis in terms of animal welfare. And the rules and the regulations were set by international veterinarians.
We're here today, we have a very close relationship with CKI. Everything emanates from that close relationship. The fact that we are involved all the way back, from packaging all the way back to farm level, the traceability that's involved with that process, all the quality checks that's involved with that process, the cold chain that is meticulously maintained in that entire process. Another difference is traceability. You know, we know exactly where our products come from, where it's sourced from. That is critical, not only to have a quality product at the end of the day. And I think all these are really embedded in our relationship with Sika, our relationship with all our suppliers, and the ability that we have to offer the product that we do to our customers.
Turkey, South Africa still sees ostrich and venison as a niche offering. How would you encourage our shoppers to get involved in this delicious alternative? You don't need to convince me though.
Clem, both ostrich and venison are very healthy products. It's naturally low in fat, naturally high in iron, and both species do have a very unique flavor. And I also think that customers feel intimidated by cooking the product, because you can very easily overcook the product and the end result can be quite dry. So customers don't understand that they must specifically with steaks and venison fillet, that they can just cook the product just medium to rare. And that actually results in the best eating quality. It's still succulent and it's still tender.
Delicious, packed full of nutrients, sustainable and locally sourced. It's never been a better time to get into venison and ostrich. And because it's Woolies, you know you can trust that constant innovation and quality. This is going straight to my car.
Oh man, it's always so beautiful to be able to just go out and experience the beauty that South Africa has to offer. And more than anything else, I tell you this much, it is beauty that is in front of us, not just in face, but in voice. Everybody, please put your hands together for Amansia with Bondage. Come on.
Started with a swipe to the right. Couldn't tell if you were my type. Amazing conversations, stargazing. You're the perfect genotype. I love the color of your eyes. Even the sun can't help but kiss you, golden brown boy. But you call it bondage, but I'm the one who's sinking deep in the ocean. I'm held in bondage. You call it bondage, but I'm the one who's sinking, boy, deep in the ocean. I'm held in bondage. Oh, I'm held in bondage. Bondage.
Another feel-good production.
Discover the chill of Tropica, the original smooth. Same great taste always. And because Tropica can, it's now in a can. Nothing smoother. Go on, try it now.